Oh, well, welcome everybody to Granblue and Chill #2 PC Netplay Tournament Series here at twitch.tv/Guzman Gaming 1, bi-weekly Granblue Fantasy versus Action coming to you live and direct courtesy of Neo Celeste Gaming. What's up? What's good? What's cracking? My name is Kraken Atkins. Joining me is the one and only Ebonic Plague. How you doing today, Ebonic?
Hey, I thought this was a BB Tag PS4 tournament. I think I'm in the wrong place.
Hey man, that was 2 days ago.
No, but for real though, it's good to be here. Shout out to Guzman for running more Granblue stuff. But it looks like we're already in there. We already got Steel in the win, just immediately.
Yeah, absolutely. Just jumping straight in. No time to waste. About 14 players here today. So nice, sizable bracket.
Believe in victory.
And yeah, but really just jumping in. Here we go. Game 1.
Yeah, so Matera versus Belial, right? So this is the best neutral I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
I think something might be wrong.
I've checked the Discord and I do see a hold up. So
I was like getting ready to explain.
Yeah, I mean, we're just going based on what we see. The matchup could take place from that full screen, right? They both have the fireball, right? But
that'd be sick. Like this is just the longest con from Steel. You know, he even typed in the Discord just to try and get it like get the trip going even harder.
Yes. They say hold up and say, all right, I'm good. We're full screen. I'm ready to play. Perfect.
I had to make sure I was still spectating after we switched out. Okay, yeah, but so yeah, Matera is still has been a very niche pick as of recent. So it's always a matter of like, what do people do to deal with Zephyr? Like, how well do they react to Zephyr? I feel like it's like a lot of the matchup that comes into play for a lot of people, because Zephyr is like the one way she gets a mix-up. She doesn't really have a mix-up otherwise.
Right. Yeah, no, she's definitely kind of... I feel like she's a character that in the beginning gave a lot of people a lot of trouble because, you know, you got the butterfly setups going on in that dash, and then especially, I mean, not just to be real, you know, moving from offline to an online environment and dealing with that type of stuff, it's just like, this is nutty. But I feel like as like the player base has grown and gotten a little bit more used to everything that she's throwing out there, you know, defense against her has definitely, you know, gotten better. And not only that, when you're in on her, you know, she doesn't have a reversal outside of like her super, so she kind of gets mauled. But, you know, great Matera play is always a pleasure to watch. We had Cello 2 weeks ago that was definitely doing pretty good against Uyu, the champion of Granblue Fantasy versus Chill N1. So looking forward to seeing more if it can happen here as we're getting things squared away.
I assume one of them probably just needs to reconnect. It happens. Like, it's the nature of online tournaments here in the pandemic. You know, like everybody's used to it at this point, I feel like.
Yeah.
And if you're not, well, this is what life is like. So you're getting a taste of it firsthand.
Basically, man, can you believe we're basically like coming up on a year of like online tournaments being the norm? Like we're about a month away from that just being a thing.
Yeah, it's definitely felt longer than that, let me tell you.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I'm sure you feel the same. So
yeah, I mean, it's been a lot of growing pains and maybe just like pains. Just take out the growing altogether.
There's no growth here. Only pain. Oh yeah, I mean, it's. I guess, you know, vaccine stuff is starting to happen depending on where you're from, where you are. You know, like if you live in Israel, you're golden. You're probably just like fucking fine. Or like New Zealand, I think it is. Like those places are great. They got their vaccine situated. They just don't allow anybody to come to their country though.
Right. I mean, rightfully so. I mean, the situation worldwide is definitely a different case by case, and we are just lucky enough to live here in the U.S. And well, we know how that goes. But you know, hopefully. There's
I'm sad.
Rightfully so.
Yeah. It's taking the wind a little bit. Oh no! As soon as I say that, it's like immediately connects in. All right, you know what? I'll take that as like the reverse commentator's curse.
Yeah,
just
that's the commentator's blessing right there.
Yeah, I wonder if they're gonna do a button check real fast just to see if there's anything like super wrong. Because I actually don't know why they. I guess I could check the Discord, but I didn't know why they stopped that match. But I guess if I check the Discord, there's probably something there.
Yeah, that's the thing. I checked the Discord too, but the conversation was in Spanish, so I actually really don't know what happened.
It's fine. Joke's on you. I know Spanish.
Okay, but this looks live. This is live and direct.
This is definitely real. Oh, this is the craziest button check I've ever seen.
Oh
yeah, classic for sure. Yeah. Well, I mean, like, okay, so real talk, like you have to test whether or not somebody's going to check you on your negative frames in the first place, because like a second ago, he had done Asmodeus and there was no check from Steel. So I feel like Zawin was probably like, okay, the second time I do Asmodeus, you might want to check. So I'm gonna DP to keep my turn.
Makes sense. You know, get that check out of the way early, so it's just like good information for the rest of the match.
Oh, 5H? Yeah, but that doesn't combo no more.
Yikes! Yeah, counter hit on the dive as well. Just all the specials and everything, corner pressure, and yeah, that was kind of the name of the game that we were explaining from the initial match that almost happened. Matera, once you're in, all she has is her super to get out of there.
Yeah, and especially versus like Belial guard strings. Belial guard strings are like incredibly hilarious because his far M is 2 hitting, and it goes like almost as far as the first hit of his 5H, right? So like oh my god, 5H here. I'm sorry. That could have been really bad.
Yes. Okay. I like that, you know, I like showing the willingness to counter poke out of situations like that. Oh, okay, very nice hit jump. No punish! I am so sorry! I am so sorry!
I get it, you want to punish with 5H because it's the most damage. Unfortunately, you probably just pressed it a little bit too late. There's the Abare though with the 5L.
Alright, try to poke out of this. Unfortunate.
Yeah, didn't have the health to work with in terms of trades like that. It's just, like, you want to go for being able to stop fireballs, or at least Matera's like Rain of Arrows is a lot better at doing more damage than the opponent. But if you don't have the health, it doesn't matter how much more damage if all of it takes is just one hit to kill you.
Exactly.
Yo, that pickup was dope. I'm sorry, I love Belial.
Good.
I'm one of those. I think this character's sick.
I mean, all things considered, I mean, this animation is fantastic. He's just a really cool character. Amazing theme, right?
Absolutely. Parade's Lust. Let's go.
Okay, we have the punish this time. Just going straight into the super, no questions asked.
You know, I can't think of a time that EXDP has actually worked out for Zawin. Like, maybe one time so far this set. Which is funny because, like, you know, he won the first game or whatever, but...
Right. I think just in terms of the general pacing of the match, you know, Z-Win has definitely been kind of dictating the pace. Even with Steel's win on the board, it's definitely been, you know, now we're seeing a little bit of a shift. Yeah, that was a very nice call out. Steel covering some good areas of the screen.
Yeah, just using that Zephyr to just move around the screen, try and make it so that it's a lot harder for Belial to do anything. I think once Zawin recognizes that he can, like, set up a pinwheel, the fireball, he might be able to stop the Zephyrs, but if it's offensive Zephyrs, it's totally different. Like if it's Zephyrs for movement, yeah, pinwheel will work out, but if it's offensive Zephyrs, you're at the mercy to butterflies and Matera mix up.
Right. But yeah, that was a solid response there from Steel, especially after getting that round 1. They're looking a lot more comfortable and really forcing Zawin to kind of mix up the way that they're going to approach her.
Yeah, I think it just all comes back to the Zephyrs. Realistic. Are you serious?
That was nutty. Yo, we're still going. Combo limit reached. Uh-oh, plus frame city. All right.
Yeah, he's gone for that setup a couple of times actually. So I think at this point, Steel is probably just completely ready for it. But give Daddy some sugar.
Yeah, that thing is active for so long, right? If you want to punish it, you just gotta really, really be patient.
Yeah, I mean, the animation's pretty obvious for when it ends, and he has a ton of recovery, so as long as you're nice and patient, you should be fine in punishing that. Steel, however, he's going to be able to push to the corner, using a lot of EXs just to do it, though, and then immediately backing off. So interesting. Wow, yeah. Raw Asmodeus.
Oh, no! Is your controller okay?
I think his controller broke, like, actually. Because he was just standing there.
Yeah, it looked really sus. No guard buttons being pressed at all. Look at all that damage on the table. Yeah,
I saw a crouch there, so I think he actually got back in time, but I don't know.
Yeah, unfortunate. I mean, this does put Zawin on a match point here. Hopefully, not too much momentum loss for Steel. Very nice.
Yeah, using Zephyr to get over the pinwheel.
Yeah, it seems like still, even if they push to the corner, they want to maintain like the mid-screen or full screen positioning. They have confidence in their zoning. Unless they get like some like crazy momentum going, they are very satisfied with playing the neutral from further distances.
Yeah, it's really interesting because like normally you see the second somebody gets offensive pressure in the corner, they just stay on that ass. But like, oh, that's gonna miss.
Oh
Yeah. Oh, he got them to the wrong side, so I think he did the fireball input incorrectly. I assume. I could be wrong, but
yeah, I would say getting out scot-free for that punish is definitely a Still's favor. Look at
that was
big. Yes.
Okay, match point for both players at this point.
Down to the wire, controller issues, no problem for Steel. Who's carrying on in this winning bracket.
We're gonna find out there wasn't a controller issue and that he was like standing there and didn't expect him to run forward or something.
Could be.
Yo, okay, real talk. His roll placements, his crossover placements have been super strong. Like he's been crossing over almost every projectile, at least most of them, right? And then he finds a time to crossover by around the same time that Steel wants to move, so he doesn't end up getting punished for that.
Definitely right now stuck in this corner again. Yeah, Steel not really pushing the issue there, which I find quite interesting. It definitely could have been a situation of like, if you get any hit confirmed, you have SBA on deck, but now eating this massive SSBA, Belial will get corner positioning from this. You gotta be scared for Still right now.
Yeah. Oh, for command grab. Wake up, project. Oh, okay, the DP's gonna hit. Not a true safe jump, and that's gonna do it for the win.
Yes, the Wind will be able to take that. Man, Still was really not afraid to go for what you were calling those like a Bare type of options. I mean, Wake Up EX Fireball on the Oki after that. I was saying that if I was Still, I'd be terrified, but I mean, Still was right. Shout out to them for definitely being confident in those actions, but it just did not pay off in the win, carrying on that winner's bracket side.
Yeah, so I want to assume that Wake Up EX Fireball has to do with either, it's got to be one of two things, right? A missed Wake Up Skybound, well, actually, no, because he had just used Super Skybound, right? Or he had just used Super Skybound on the whiff, and that's why, so it can't be that. The only other explanation I have is, remember how we were earlier talking about how both players would back off despite the fact that they got corner pressure? I feel like maybe he was expecting the win to back off, despite the fact that he had corner pressure again, because that had happened so many times. And it maybe didn't end up being the case and just kind of got mollywopped for it.
Could be, given the context, that would definitely make sense. Either way, the Wind moving on, and we do have and Mina Isaac on deck, Granblue and Chill number 2. And yeah, we got started straight away, but there is some other stuff, some goodies that's going on. Matrino, this does have a virtual pot. Link is in the chat. Of course, use that code Granblue and Chill 2 for the free 50% donation if you haven't already. And of course, shout out to Neoslets Gaming for the $100 pot bonus we have going on. Money in the house. But yeah, check out the Matrino if you haven't. Marketplace as well. Direct donations. You know the deal.
I'm bringing up the thing right now. I was gonna get to the match arena myself because I hadn't put in the code or anything. But yeah, so first game, so Mina and Umbi. So another Matera, as I guess we were expecting.
Yeah, definitely going up against Catalina this time around. This is a matchup that I've played quite a bit, and like although that like yeah, I would say it's pretty much a Catalina's favorite, it's still kind of annoying. Like there's some annoying aspects of the matchup when it comes to Zephyr and things like that.
So the thing about Zephyr in this matchup in particular is I feel like it's such an incredibly risky play because Catalina is one of the characters who gets so much damage off of anti-air situations, unlike some of the other characters in this game, from just about like incredibly far ranges from the corner, right? So like a bad Zephyr could actually dispel your death, but you know, there was no bad Zephyrs there. It was just really strong control from the projectiles, just some really good medium presses and things that I feel like Umbi was just having trouble navigating. Didn't really know how to get around.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, using that DP, like the cross up, jump you, bless up.
Oh wow, that was a super good JH. Universal, yeah. I mean, at the very least, you know, it's online. Universal overhead's a lot stronger. I can't be mad at it. That's all I'm saying. But there's a lot of jumping, expecting more of those projectiles, which I totally understand because the first game was just filled with them. But it didn't have EX lunge at the time, I don't think, because they had just used it.
Yeah, they've been using that lunge to kind of gap close, which I mean makes sense. It's definitely something that you want to do against Matera. But one thing about it is that it can kind of limit your combo routes. But you know, still it would make sense to get the game out.
Oh. The nice part about the not having EX lunge though is because of the last change to fireballs, it leaves the opponent standing, right? So Catalina can still make something happen if they do EX fireball instead.
True. All right, using the Zephyr to get out of the corner. No 2H in sight there from
Yeah, the control from Mina right now is just looking superb, honestly. Just kind of picking all the right avenues to really toss. Oh, again, picking all the right avenues.
Yes. Pumping the brakes at the perfect time. In a very dangerous situation here. Has a lot of like resources to work with, but the thing is, how are you gonna get out of this corner? DP is away.
There's a well-timed DP too. Was able to actually catch him doing 2L after the Zephyr. But not a lot of life to work with. Gonna have to make just superb decisions on either jumps or like crossovers or something to get around the fireballs at this point. And you gotta wait for, I was gonna say, you gotta watch out for Matera's own jump there. And luckily just far enough away, but not luckily on the clash there. The EX fireball is gonna do it for the first game.
Yeah, you can tell that Mina even had a little bit of presence of mind of that was going to jump there, because Mina actually went for air throw in that situation. So, what in the world? He just caught the roll?
You know, sometimes people are pressing buttons and they're either ready for the crossover or it just so happens to hit a crossover.
Visually, that looks so weird.
Oh, frame trap right there. Yeah, didn't have EX lunge. You may as well go for DP for the knockdown. Oh wait, no, they had EX lunge that time. I think they were just specifically going because it was, no, it's a medium starter. I feel like EX lunge is pretty good there. Maybe I'm wrong.
Okay, oh yeah, really piling on these buttons, trying to create a wall of sword normals for Mina to contest with, and yeah, just gonna be sealing that with that EX fireball. That was a much more comfortable game. One thing I am noticing is the difference in corner pressure. So like when Mina has cornered, we're there for a minute. Like Mina is just cycling through the options on offense very, very well. But it seems like when gets the corner, Mina's been opting for like the air Zephyr to get out, and there hasn't been much much of a contest from quite yet.
Yeah, I feel like it's really natural for a Matera player to be able to be in the corner versus the opponent longer because of the butterflies specifically. Most people are afraid to do anything about those.
Yes. Case in point right here.
There it is. Got caught by the medium.
Alright, possible match point for Mina here. Woo!
I'm surprised. I'm genuinely surprised that the lunge must have come out first. Because I feel like a lot of the time I see that interaction, slide usually hits first, but I don't know, maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Oh, 5H starter.
Big dammy whammy. Butterflies on the Oki.
Oh, empty jump low, and I think he was pumping DP on that one because every time that situation's come up, has gone to DP, but we didn't see it there, and it looked like he was kind of shimmying around, so I feel like he wanted to DP.
Yeah, a bit of hesitance, and oh no, it might have been a missed input, like, you know, hitting forward and wanting a fireball and then getting the DP.
I think that's exactly what happened right there for sure. That definitely looks like one of those fireball inputs, but unfortunately not gonna get a second chance at it, and it was 2-0 Mina.
Definitely solid stuff to Mina. Matera's really, I mean, now that I'm looking at the bracket, this is quite the Matera bracket here. I mean, Cello won their first round match against Falme, so they'll also be in round 2. And yeah, joining them is going to be Mina. Also going in that round 2 will be faced off against Bisu.
So the Matera hive mind just all picked this one tournament to enter, is what you're telling me. They all like assimilated and decided like this was gonna be the tournament.
That's what it looks like. I mean, 2 weeks ago we had a similar thing happen with Lancelot between like Uyu and Omniscythe. They played like.
Oh, dude, that's every tournament. Come on, it's Lancelot. That's every tournament. Don't even give me that.
True. Oh man. Yeah,
he's quite a popular character.
I mean, he's quite popular and quite good, all things considered.
Yeah, I hear he's kind of strong. So yeah, what? Let me go ahead and check the bracket real quick. want to see what else we got coming down the pipeline. So yeah, you mentioned winner of that would be Mina's going to be playing Bisu. Okay, so the Wind is going to be playing Mix Up. So we're going to see Belial versus Loane up there, and then Jan versus Hyper Hiko. So we're going to get Ladiva or Charlotta, I guess, depending on what Jan wants to play today.
True.
And then lower bracket's been going as well.
Jan just joined the lobby, and his name is only Jan's.
Oh! So that means he changed it. His old name was Jan's Gender or whatever.
Oh my gosh! It's so powerful. Has a small little Vern avatar. I don't know. There's some cursed energies and auras that Jan's exhibiting right now.
Yo, Buff Vern is in the lobby too at the same time.
True.
There's two Verns in the lobby. May our lives be guarded by Buff Vern from Small Zone Vern.
Oh my god.
So I guess that means we're gonna get the Jan match. So that means we're just gonna get Mina back in here, huh? So I feel like Jan's probably gonna play Charlotta for this matchup if that's the case.
Could be. Who does Hyper Hiko play?
Oh wait, no, sorry. I was looking at the wrong side of the bracket. I thought it was I thought it was Mina versus Jan, but it was BC versus Mina. Sorry. That's my bad.
Yeah, I mean, in that case, I would agree. Going up against that matchup, I would see Charlotta coming up. But yeah, I'm not familiar with where Hyper Hiko is going. First round looks like it may have actually been a DQ based on the bracket.
Yeah, the old -1.
Yeah.
So. I'm not gonna pretend. I actually am unaware of Hyper Hiko's character, so I guess we're gonna have to find out. Which if Jan also has no idea, we may just see Ladiva regardless, or we may just stick to the guns from the get-go.
True. Jan definitely a prominent Ladiva since the beginning, right? I mean, Jan across really all the games that they kind of go to, not afraid to pick those big bodies and succeed quite well with them. I mean, in BB Tag 40K, of course, rocking the Tager Wald. And it's really a sight to see. I was explaining to Guzman earlier, right? I think on launch, I really wasn't hyped to watch Ladiva matches, just personally. But like, as the game has changed and given how that character works currently, when it came to like the sweep and like damage drift and stuff, I actually really enjoy watching good Ladiva play.
I feel like it's probably because of the changes to her that might make it like that for you guys, because like the character felt very well. Okay, so real talk, I personally felt that Ladiva was the most complete grappler that an Arc System Works game has had in a long time on
Fair
launch.
enough.
She was totally complete, and that led to a lot of people being bored watching her because most people don't like the normal grappler game plan.
Right.
Oh, okay, so Charlotta for Hyper Hiko. So, okay. I wonder if it could ever switch to the Charlotta mirror then.
It could be a possibility, right? We'll have to see. But Hyper Hiko locking in the Charlotta, going up against only Jans.
Okay. Rocking the blue on both sides.
Very nice, cute, adorable.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say that's real high on the jump light, so that means easy punish for Jan. Looks like, didn't go for the combo punish, just opted for the SPD, which, I mean, it's going to end up being, more damage. But the 2H gets the full conversion off of it, misses the sweep, but I mean, it's not the worst thing that could happen.
Yeah, you miss Oki, but a lot of the damage has already been done. It's not the worst thing. In this corner, good throw tech. Nice. Oh my god! Just scoop up the potato, throw it straight down. Now the combo confirmed. Jan.
Yeah, I feel like that was just like, I recognize that you've been doing jump light since the beginning of this first round. I'm just going to anti-air command grab.
Right. It's interesting you mentioned that, because I feel like in terms of how many decisions or buttons pressed on both sides, Hyper Hiko definitely pressed the majority of them. Jan has been kind of like chilling out, defending, and then finding their spots for proper like counters and such. Okay, backing off after the slide. Oh, but there it is again. Yeah, there's just been so many jumps from Hyper Hiko. Yeah, you're not gonna be able to punish that no more. Yeah. Ooh, going for the jump out, and that's okay. Oh my god! Always ready for it. Oh, this is where things get ugly.
Yeah, this
Sweep
could be
down.
just 50-50 city. Not gonna deal with it though, as the DP's gonna come out from Hyper Hiko. Overhead's gonna get blocked, but oh, okay, 2M. Oh, I don't know if that was a missed input or not, but Jan's gonna lose the round off the Super Skybound art activation.
Yeah, missed input, reset potential, whatever it was definitely unfortunate for Jan, but good for Hyper Hiko to get that round. But these jumps, Ebonic, like every time.
So I gotta
Jan's
be
so
real with
great.
you. Look at how much damage he's taking from that. It's kind of minuscule, to be honest with you. So I don't think Hyper Hiko cares. Like,
Yeah, I suppose so. I mean, dictated by their action. I mean, Ebonic. Like, there's only so many different ways you can say that there's anti-air jumps with the throw that's happening.
I'll definitely make it a highlight reel.
What do you think of this? The funny thing is, not even opting for EX there that might have killed, but oh my gosh, only Jan in H-Town gonna be able to get that game won. And is Hyper Hiko gonna be deterred? Because I mean, as you said, it's not doing much damage. They're not like 2H counter hit combos, but the consistency has to be getting in their head eventually, right?
At some point, it's going to deter them, I feel like. But oh, another really high up jump light opts to reset into the SPD again. And oh yeah, what side was that on? The answer is yes.
Yes, no block button in sight, and this is rough. Sweep knockdown.
Yeah, I'm unsure because Ladiva is again a rare character these days. I don't know if they changed this, but could Jan not have gone into Skybound art from the 2Ls there?
That's what I was expecting, and I didn't see it, so I'm right there with you. I'm not sure if it was just not an option or just didn't have the eye for it.
Yeah, definitely could have just been it's no longer a thing. Either that or it's never been a thing and I'm just an idiot. God, there it is.
Dude, it's here. Always ready for the scoop out of the air, and okay, this time we do see the confirm it to the SBA, and yeah, that's gonna be a game for Jan in H-Town.
Out of Houston, H-Town.
True.
See, I know Texas. I've heard of it.
It's a place. They really exist.
Yeah, so I mean, I feel like at the very beginning it was not a lot of damage from the anti-air command grabs, but it then just became entire rounds based off of damage that he got from anti-air command grab.
Yeah, I mean, it was adding up. If you want to take, like, I mean, we would need, like, some real, you know, screenshot technology to kind of get this going. But if you want to add up the cumulative damage done by just anti-air command throws, I think it was around, like, a life bar and a half. Like, it was a lot of damage overall that was done by just an anti-air command throw there from Jan.
I'm genuinely curious. Like, I'm genuinely curious how much actual life was lost to anti-air command grab. So like I get it, you know, it's versus Charlotta. That character's gonna jump a lot. Her jump options are really strong. We all know this.
True.
But it's after a while you can jump, but the ability to mix up your jump is the hard part. And I think that would have made the difference for Hiko at that point. But you know, I guess it's losers bracket is gonna be able to kind of think about that because we got more matches going. We're never stopping. It's always going.
Absolutely, going straight into Cello on that material, going up against Tanukana Nino. No bias here, has UL locked in, but not only that, had the Rosetta player card, and so I'm immediately a fan. And we're on Rosetta stage.
Gotta get to the last round though to be on Rosetta stage, right?
True.
Technically, it's her island, you know, but. Yeah, so I mean, this is a character specifically that a lot of people have been talking about since the quote-unquote nerfs. Some people couldn't decide whether or not they were like huge, and then other people are like, you guys are kind of crazy. It's like she still has options, like things are fine.
Right. Yeah, right now getting some of that. Yeah, once you're in the corner against this character, and like if they have the stance capsules going on, get the plus frames off that 2M and such, she is such a nuisance to kind of get her off of you.
Yeah, especially with like having to play the rock paper scissors game on the far age. Oh my goodness, what a call out!
That was insane.
Yeah, right there. I mean, Cello had been going to a lot of projectiles, so I could totally understand why Nino was like, okay. I've got just the thing for this one.
I like it.
that's gonna happen a lot with Matera. Like, if you're not just outside of SBA range, I feel like you're just at the mercy of that possibility when Yule has 100 bar. Oh, dodge the Fox Flames! That was so smart! Doesn't have to deal with the plus frames, and also gets the damage.
Yeah, very, very good. And, I mean, look at the screen positioning, right? Just from that alone, pushing her out, making her eat all these arrows if she wants to get back in there. But get back in there is exactly what she does. You want to be careful. So much damage on the table. Just stand swaps in the throw?
Cheeky.
Oki?
Cheeky. There's a butterfly out there, so that's gonna give, yeah, I was gonna say that's gonna give Solo a chance for mix-up. Gonna go into Super Skybound. Not a whole lot of health on deck, but it was a light starter.
Chip starting to add up here. Oh, I don't think that's gonna be contact, no.
Yeah. Zephyr is an automatic safe jump in a lot of situations. You would have to hit something pretty early, but there's the girl right there.
Yes, actual Rosetta stage.
The Rose Queen herself.
Ooh, okay.
FRH. Yeah, that button, I mean, regardless of the changes, it's still super strong.
Yeah, I mean, just given the double, you know, forward momentum hitbox there and how easy it is to hit confirm, it's an invaluable button no matter what they do to it, right? Ooh, okay. Mixing up the jump arc, I like it.
Wonder if he was expecting another projectile with that roll. Oh, there's a DP to get out of pressure. Already in the corner right now. Yeah, it's gonna be all on Solo to try and make it. Yeah, okay. I think that's very specifically to get away from the plus frames that the EX Fireball is gonna exude. So like if Solo goes for like a 2M or something.
Oh, that's a huge anti-air. These confirms. Yo, so sick, but drops the ender.
Oh no, that was supposed to be Super Skybound Art. It had to, or maybe Skybound Art regular. Excuse me.
Yes. Nearly a next hit win scenario for both sides. Trying to go for the am I minus? I'm plus. Aww.
Did not press a button.
Yeah, that 2H anti-air combo was so clutch. It looked like it was exactly what they needed. Just unfortunately not getting that SBA ender, and it came back to bite them. Selo getting that game 1.
But there it is again, right here, 2H, and Yule is another character that gets a ton of damage off of anti-air situations, even if you're further away from the corner, because she can do that. She can carry you all the way.
Yeah, it's a very valuable strength to have in this game if you're able to get those big 2H counter hit conversions. It really like dictates a lot of pace of the matchup because you could be mid-screen all the way to the corner and like nearly half your health gone. Whew, what a wake-up option.
Sorry, I had to plug my headphones in. They were dying apparently.
All good.
Yeah.
These rolls.
Yeah, it's pretty important when you have like this little bit of health. You can't really take many of the projectiles. Obviously, you can take the normals because those are not gonna do any chip damage to you. But oh, it's the bar. Okay, pushed all the way to the corner now. Gonna have to fight back here.
Ooh, yeah. Just a nice catch there with the arrow. You can tell that off that corner positioning, Nino definitely wanted to... They were ready for any light confirm. Guaranteed any one of those light confirms were going to be going into FBA or SSBA. Just get a lot of damage on Selo and even things up, but so solid on the defense.
Butterfly Oki here. Oh no, and that hits. That means full conversion off this. All the way to the corner. Okay, what's the Oki though? Because you won't have EX fire, or excuse me, EX butterflies, but now you do.
Right back up, just like that. Just backs off. I mean, a lot of damage has already been done, and playing this game of forcing Nino to approach hasn't been the worst thing in the world until that block slide. That is not good.
Yeah, block slide is a pretty Hail Mary move, but like it's kind of a core game plan part because you're expecting people to try to walk forward to cross over and things like that. But again, another anti-air, super skybound art. Look at that damage.
Yes, this is, I like routing into the super skybound art this time, ready for this full anti-air conversion this time is Nino. And look at what it did to the life bars. Nino is in the life lead now.
Yeah, completely even at this point. I mean, if that universal overhead was reacted to though, that could have been death. Because that would have been, oh, but there it is, your Zephyr means nothing to my 2H.
That was impressive. Having that consistent anti-air on the Zephyr really changes the tides of a Matera matchup. Like, if you have that, Matera has to be really careful about throwing out those decisions of what could be like a full jump in or just pressure. Like, that locking out that situation is super valuable.
Yeah, I usually like to talk about it at the beginning of any Terra match because I feel like it just means so much, but oh my goodness, the side swap on the 2H for that one, that had to have been the luckiest amount of forward momentum for Nino, and now they're carrying it all the way to the bank. That's late throw attack, so they keep their plus frames.
Yes, get a little bit of damage on the board as well. Oh, a snipe? Okay.
Look at that snipe.
Yo, the forward moving shimmy, you love to see it. You know, move forward slightly. Am I gonna throw? No. Actually, I want all the damage in the world. Thank you very much.
Yeah, that's usually the one that you do when people know that you're gonna, or think that you're gonna shimmy, I should say. And then you don't actually shimmy, you hit them trying to hit buttons.
Right. But yeah, I mean, that call definitely paid off for Cello as they will be taking it 2-0 over Nino. The Matera army carrying on strong in this winner's side thus far, seemingly.
Let me double check that actually. Like, let me see who else is still going, because I know we got some matches happening off stream. Obviously, you can't run every single one of them.
True.
Oh, Mina hasn't gotten to play yet. Okay, so
yeah, if they win though, it could be a Matera mirror for top 8 in winners.
Hey, that'd be pretty interesting, because I hold Bisu in pretty high skill regard. So beating Bisu for anybody in this bracket, I feel like is very difficult.
Absolutely.
Personally, that's just a me thing.
No, Bisu is definitely a talented player. Got top 3, if I'm not mistaken, at the last Granblue and Chill that we had, falling to the Lancelot gang, Omniscythe, and
Yo, Lance gang.
Yeah, Lancelot gang was out and definitely in full motion at last week before last Granblue and Chill. Yeah, for next match, looks like we're getting mixed up. So the bros are here. Low Wayne player in full force, gonna be going up against Zawin.
That's right. Yeah. I mean, mix up is particularly somebody who self says that they are the 0-2 king, if I remember right. It's been a while since I've heard them say it, but it's something to do with 0-2. But yeah. So I mean, it's like they're a professional 0-2 or something. I forget, but it's not a bad player. Like I don't really know why they say that.
Yeah, I mean, he's in winners round 2, so I mean, just based off of like you know, objectively speaking alone, there's no 0-2 in sight, at least for this bracket.
So already shattering expectations.
Yes.
Ready for KOF 15. Going up against the Wind though. I mean, we saw Zawin a little bit earlier, right? The Belial. I think in this matchup in particular, you know what's hilarious about this matchup in particular is that... Oh, okay, never mind. Batsuraga. All right, I'm not even going to get to talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, this is quite the mix-up. Not actually going for Lil Wayne, going for Batsuraga.
Guzman, are you there? Can you cut off his bike?
Oh, man. Yeah, I wonder what's the reasoning behind this pick here.
I think this matchup is just far better. I'm going to be honest with you. I think this matchup is far better than Loane, personally, because Loane loses access to a couple of different things because Belial's 5U, which is normally like just an okay button, actually this becomes really, really good versus Loane.
Yes. No, we saw a couple of interactions of that with Boost Carlos versus Bisu a couple weeks ago. Bisu was like using 5U to just completely nullify Yiggy. It was disgusting to watch.
That super sucks, dude. That super just actually sucks. Like, even if you're not Belial, it super sucks. But good reaction right there. Off the stance. Oh, okay. That's going to give Mix-Up a chance. A possible Mix-Up. Oh, goodness. Command grab. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Got Soul Forge, but not enough health to be able to do anything with it.
Yeah, I was wondering about that too. You know, even though you're getting access to that super armor, it's not going to save you if you were in fatal range.
Yeah, I mean, even if like Mix-Up didn't go for super armor right there, like no matter what, the DP was just gonna kill. I mean, the only thing that could have been done there was block DP. He had just enough health not to get chipped out, I think, because he hadn't been entered into chip gun drain. But Asmodeus knockdown here.
Oh no! Double universal overhead. Those are really paying off here.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, he's fine at the very least.
Yeah, even if it was blocked, they got him out of the corner. But I mean, we are just right back here to win relentless. Oh boy. This is where things
Now
get
I
rough.
can't tell. Is that better than blocking that move, because it is plus on block. What a reaction! Is that gonna actually connect? Okay, it does. And it full animates from that high up.
Insane. Yeah, I thought it was. I had a feeling it was gonna connect. I did not think they were gonna get full animation. That's nutty.
Well, I mean, oh no, no reaction right there on the EX command grab, and that's gonna be first game for Zawin.
Yeah, it feels like the Win's decision making on the offense has definitely been coming in clutch. We've been seeing a lot of those BEDPs make contact. I mean, like, you posed the question of like, do you actually want that to hit, or would you rather it be blocked? Because I mean, it is plus frames, but.
Well, I'm just thinking, because like if it's plus frames and you get caught in a frame trap, like a 5H frame trap, it's like it's far more damage than if you just get hit by the DP.
Right, absolutely. I mean, I would agree there, but it's man, the mix up though, truly coming in full form here as we're back to Lil Wayne.
That EX command grab has just been paying off so hard. Like that move has just been destroying Mix-Up's life bar right now. Oh, good punish though. He's able to like he threw a bit too early, and he was able to actually get the confirm off of it. So
yeah, that 5U doing so much work to nullify the Lil Wayne setups, and oh man, it's just a tough call. I feel like Zawin has gotten a very comfortable just type of cycle of options on their offense when it comes to that stomp and the EX throw and everything, and Mix-Up hasn't had the right calls on defense, which all things considered can be really hard to do against Belial. He has so many options he can cycle through. You have one thing in mind, he counters you with another. I mean, even right there, right? That stomp's been working out so great. Cancel just into jump low that time though.
And I mean, the jump U had been working out on top of the MDP. Asmodeus is gonna be a rock paper scissors game. And look at the life bar, right? From the Wind. The Wind is of course going to just gamble it all on DP right there, because even if Mix-Up was like, all right, I know you're gonna DP here, and like maybe I could dodge it and then avoid getting chipped out at the same time, the punish would not be enough for the Wind to even care.
Right. Yeah, risk reward is definitely skewed in their favor off of that situation, and yeah, the Wind will be taking it over Mix-Up, moving into that winner side top 8 positioning, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, they'll be going up against Jan.
Yes, Belial versus Jan. I'm sure Jan loves it.
I see no issue.
And I think our next match is going to be BC versus Mina, because that is the last one to solidify our winners semis. Excuse me, I can't speak. You think I would, be good at this, but
hey, it happens.
Let's see. Losers has got Mix-Up versus and then Hyperhiko versus Zentai. Okay.
Cool. Moving and grooving in this bracket. Hope you guys have been enjoying it. Granblue and Chill number 2 here at twitch.tv/GuzmanGaming1. Hey, if you haven't already, there is a Matcherino for this, by the way. The link is in the chat. Use that code Granblue and Chill 2, and it will donate a free 50 cents to the pot. Currently, we're sitting at, let me refresh this page. What do we got? 102.69.
Like
nice. Yeah. So
I'm about to ruin that.
Uh-oh.
Sorry,
don't
I ruined
ruin
it.
the 69 though.
There was no choice. I put in the free code.
Oh man. Well, that means somebody else has to put in the free code to bring us back to the nice territory there. But yeah, I mean, if you're watching, you got like 20 seconds every time. Does not take too long. Just use that code, copy and paste. You can even do a direct donation like Neo Celeste Gaming has done. Hook us up with the $100 pop bonus. And yeah, you can even receive something for donation. Check out the marketplace. Plenty of books for sale, courtesy of Titan Books. But yeah, Matcherino. Free money, free 50 cents. Granblue and Chill 2.
Yeah, legitimately free. Or you could, get some actual like manga stuff if you really want to get something out of donating. I would highly recommend that, to be quite honest with you.
Oh, I think Umbi hooked it up. Umbi said they
Thanks,
saved
Umbi.
it. Nice. All right, well, Bisu and Mina has joined. Bisu doing about like 5 bows before taking a seat on the setup, showing the maximum amount of respect possible.
Yeah, you have to show as much respect as you can, okay?
I mean, I wonder if it's subliminal. Just like give as much respect as possible with the avatars, because I'm gonna be playing Belial and I'm gonna be as disrespectful as possible when it comes to this matchup.
Is it one of those things where like it's so respectful that it wraps around to being disrespectful? Like
It could be. But yes, last match for winner side top 8 qualifiers: Bisu versus Mina.
Haven't got to see Bisu today yet. I know he's entered in 17 different events right now.
True.
Actually, that's probably why they played the matches in the order they did. Now that I think about it. But, oh, jump H. Yeah, I mean we're gonna see a lot of decisions on the button presses from Mina. We're gonna be looking at specifically how they toss projectiles, because slowing down Bisu's want to just get in your face is gonna be the hardest part of this. I mean, Belial's mad quick. Like, look at how fast he runs.
Right. Yeah, I feel like that wake-up jab is like one of the first decisions that we've seen Mina really be able to make. I mean, even when they were out of the corner or anything like that, it was a lot of just like holding back and just like, do I throw an arrow? How do I get this man off? Like.
Well, what's nice is it's worked out for Mina quite a bit up until as soon as I say that, he just runs up to his face, hits a 2M, the fuck around and find out guard string. Indeed.
Well, a solid first round there for Bisu. I mean, I would imagine they're warmed up, given the amount of events that they're playing in. It's just like, you know, clockwork.
Oh, the stare down for a second.
Oh, yeah, Chinese up over that fireball, not quite able to do so.
Yeah, unfortunately, the fireball travel distance for Belial is far quicker than the Paris. Oh, the fake out was clean. Okay, I actually really like that a lot.
Yeah, that was very, very nicely executed. The shimmy, going back in, getting the throw punish. Bisu, yeah, not skipping a beat at all here, looking very, very clean.
That first round was a lot better for Mina. The second that they got the wake up jab, you know, it felt a lot more comfortable. It's just like Bisu eventually found a way back in there, and I just wonder like, what decision can Mina make here to actually get back to that point? Because like you get to these, yeah, exactly, you get to these butterflies and then things change up, right? Belial, sure, he has DPs and stuff, and he has got 5U or whatever, but like butterfly Oki is really hard to defend against sometimes. Like, sure, right, you can actually block, but you're stuck there.
Yeah, exactly. Really kind of limits what the opponent can do, and you know, you get pushed to the corner slowly but surely, depending on positioning as well. So could be multifaceted in terms of strength. But Mina looking a lot more comfortable in this round one, I gotta say. Oh boy, but did I curse it?
Commentators curse both times, both games so far.
Yikes. Oh, that could have been death.
Yeah, if I mean, the thing is, I just don't know if Bisu is ready for that sort of like confirm. Yeah. You would have to be like pretty on the nose. You would have to believe super hardcore just to be able to make that happen, I feel like. Slide's gonna put themselves back into the corner. It's kind of unfortunate, but it also got rid of the guard string potential for a second there. Zephyr's gonna be for free. Okay. Oh my, that was confirmed too, because that was a late cancel, Asmodeus.
Yes, very, very nice hit confirmed there from Bisu. Mina, again, like we're seeing a lot more comfort. Oh wow, nice, very good counter poke on the roll. We're seeing more comfort here from Mina in the matchup. It's just nothing has been able to equate to a win quite yet. Okay. Very nice challenge on the EX throw, not falling for that. That could be a really tough one to kind of like get hit by. You're expecting pinwheel, you see him glow yellow, it's like, oh, actually, scoop all along.
Yeah, I mean, if there's enough distance between you can tell, but if he's right up in your face, you're probably pretty bamboozled by the whole thing. But yeah, there's that Apari 5L again. Another throw. Oh yeah, okay, that's exactly what I was thinking. That's exactly what I was thinking, is you fake the throw this time, because it's the exact same situation. Oh, 2L Skybound? Or Super Skybound, excuse me. That's gonna finish it off. Even off a 2L, I feel like there's not enough scaling. There's just no way.
Oh yeah, I mean, SSBAs do so much damage, and yeah, Bisu looking very clean. That's gonna be 2 over them over Mina, and they will be solidifying that last spot in winner side top 8, going up against Cello. The Materia matchups don't end for Bisu.
Man, the gauntlet, huh? For this character, okay, that is an incredibly rare bracket gauntlet to ever have. Is like, right. Yeah, you know what? I made it to top 8, or I mean, excuse me, I made it to. Yeah, I'm not saying that Bisu's for sure gonna make it to winners finals, but I'm saying like, if Bisu makes it to winners finals, he's gonna have the potential to say the rarest thing of all time, which is, yeah, I had to beat multiple Materas to make it to winners finals.
Basically, but I mean, could speak to the strength of the player of being able to be ready for what is such a niche matchup back to back if they are able to get that positioning. So a rare occurrence, but an admirable one if it's able to be fully pulled off.
All right, so now you did this the previous Granblue and Chill. Are we moving down to losers bracket matches, or are we just staying with the winners until we get to winners finals?
I imagine, especially since Bisu is playing in some Ronin Rumble matches, I was gonna say I imagine we'd be doing some losers bracket matches or whatever's opened up, but I see only Jans is just joining the lobby, so I may be on.
Hey, cool! I get to see more Belial. I'm fine with this. Give me that Belial winners finals, please. Everybody else is gonna be sad, and I'm just gonna be relishing in like in the tears.
Oh man, but this does kind of call back to something that you were bringing up before when we thought Jan was playing Bisu, of like what Jan will lock in here, having to go up against this Belial matchup. They do know this because we have seen the Win pretty much play all of their matches on stream, so it'll be interesting if we do see just, you know, sticking to the Diva, testing the Win out to see if they have to bring out the Charlotta or just going Charlotta right off the bat.
Yeah, you know, there's a lot of instances where I would normally be like, actually, the Diva would have some cool stuff in this, in that matchup, because Belial actually does want to be in your face, and so SPDs do exist. But given the changes to Ladiva that have happened in like the last 3 patches, I want to say, like total, all 3 of them, it took away a lot of that that reward that Ladiva would have gotten for Belial just being in our face. So no longer would I talk about playing Ladiva in this matchup. And it's Charlotta, so I mean, I guess I can't be terribly surprised, honestly.
True, and be locking in the Charlotta to deal with the Wind. Already showing some very good awareness in terms of belly up block stream, just, you know, DPing straight out of that command throw.
Well, yeah, we saw the reactions from Jan versus Hyper Hiko specifically already, right? So we know that he can react to things. And so reacting to EX command grab is just one of those other things that he doesn't have trouble reacting to. And he even tried to react to jump U right there. It just so happened to be out of range. Oh, yep, reacted to it. This one. And that's going to animate.
Yeah, definitely. And I would say in terms of this matchup, that's a very powerful SSBA to have just because of the verticality hitbox on it, right? You're going to be able to cover all of that space above her.
Yeah, I mean, even if Belial like super jumps, SSBA is still hit. Oh, and there it is. Holy ladder. Okay, one more. But wake up super skybound. Did he press a button? He did!
Oh my gosh! The risk of 100% paying off here for the win.
Yeah, I mean, hey, look, sometimes you gotta wake up super skybound, alright? I don't care how scrubby you think it is. As long as now that's in Jan's head, right? That the wind might wake up super skybound art again at some other point during the set.
Truth. Staggered lows, corner pressure, Jan.
Oh, and that was light DP, but no punish.
Yeah,
I guess maybe because he blocked it so high up, probably.
I think so. It was a bit awkward on the come down of whether, you know, he was able to challenge with a button or anything.
Yeah, you can really tell the Wind is trying to play at the Charlotta ball range, and just like kind of attempt to react to that. And now he's like outside of Holy Ladder range. And the second he got impatient with the Holy Ladder, Jan was like, okay, now you've gotten impatient, I can start doing this.
Oh, toes.
Probably caught him jumping, honestly.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Solid game 2 there from Jan. It was much more dictated by them. You know, the Wind spent a lot of time in that corner and took a lot of damage for it. So Jan seems to be playing around this Belio matchup pretty well so far. Get off of me. Get off.
Not a true safe jump, I guess. Because he was still in the air when he got hit. It didn't look like he pressed the button.
Right.
Oh god. Yeah, okay, I was gonna say don't press any buttons here. If you get meated by that.
Normal.
That Skybound art's gonna do it. And so first game going to the only Jan.
Not bad, not bad. Has that flexibility pick 2 here. Like, I imagine if they just locked in Charlotta, they aren't even thinking about Ladiva at this point, even if they do lose. But I mean, just having that comfort zone of like, if they think that something, you know, can't be exploited with Ladiva and they have to like lose this round, that's always an option.
I just don't know. Charlotta's doing so well.
Right.
Even if like you were to lose here, I feel like Charlotta's doing well enough that like I don't know if it warrants the switch. But yeah, I don't know. It's up to Jan. The comfortability in both characters is very high. Oh, there it is, Charlotta ball. And there's that meaty situation again. Yeah, it's real scary to have to press a button there, but sometimes you want to check the opponent because like that meaty situation is normally something that scares people into not wanting to press a button. So then you go for something more crazy, and if the opponent isn't willing to press a button every single time, or at least show you they're willing to press a button, then things can become real tricky. Reactions again from Jan.
Yeah, he's been very, very good on that, just avoiding those EX command throws. And yeah, the patience, I was gonna say, in terms of like, this is something that I've been noticing about Jan in terms of like their life lead and how they close out matches. Like, the patience was really, really like high there for Jan. They didn't do a lot of actions over that last 20 seconds at all, but just finding that proper spot off of that jump in to seal the deal.
Yeah, no, I mean, every single time Jan has, I mean, I guess that has to just be a grappler trait, right? Like, because obviously as a grappler, you need to have proper patience. You need to understand the risk reward of choosing options and things like that. And Jan is known to be one of the longest reigning grappler players in all of fighting games. So.
Right.
Oh, but the jump you actually connecting this time, and that's going to be full conversion. No, tried to get it, not going to do it. And there again, a reaction on EX command grab. However, for the win, he's got so much life, not really mattering.
Yeah. The win just needs this slight bit of life, but needs to be careful, right? Nearing towards this corner, and if Jan is able to get a counter conversion, especially with SSB on deck, could be a lot of damage from the table.
Recognized that he was in a plus frame situation and he did not want to take that. SSBA came out. One more possible mix-up, and he's just going to wait for he was expecting EXDP, I assume. But there, he reacted to the universal over... Well, okay, I don't know if that one was reaction because that was pretty quick, but yeah. He dealt with the universal overhead, is what I'll say.
Definitely. That completely paid off there for Jen. 2 reversals and mad damage on the table. Able to get it 2-0. And yeah, we'll be locking their place in for winners finals.
Okay. So I'm not going to get my dream. That's fine. That's okay.
Man. I mean, there's a chance that maybe it could happen in like a losers finals type of situation, but grand finals, nah. We got Jan taken care of for there.
Well, I mean, it's only winners finals right now, you know.
True.
But yeah, so up next, I guess that means it's going to be Bisu versus Cello. So we're going to get that gauntlet of Materas again.
Yeah, absolutely. Bisu, seeing if they could live to say that they did make it through that gauntlet of Materas and then have to face Jan shortly thereafter in order to get their bracket run. But I mean, we saw that last match from Cello against Tanu Kananino, and they were looking very clean throughout the entirety of that. I'd say in terms of the Matera play that we've been seeing thus far, I think Cello's like mid-range game has been very powerful. There's a couple of Zephyrs that we do see, but yeah, they have the conversions on deck. It'll be very interesting to see how they match up against Bisu.
Yeah, I mean, I think one of the strongest traits of a Matera player needs to be that mid-range game, because depending on the opponent they're fighting, that mid-range game could change everything. Given that like either the opponent has a character that's really fast, so they can close that gap really quickly from the mid-range, or they have like somebody whose decision making is really good on the movement, so they're able to jump over a fireball and then change it from mid-range game to just CQC range.
Right.
And so having the trait of actually like a strong mid-range game is incredibly important for this character, because if she can't dictate the pace of either getting to up close range or getting or staying at mid range, it can spell doom for her, because her defensive options, you already mentioned it, are not amazing. Obviously wake up jab has been helping out in some avenues and whatnot, and don't get me wrong, that's great, but there's only so many times you can get away with the wake up jab on people before you just get counter hit on your wake up.
Yeah, at the end of the day, I mean, the wake up jab, it's something that you if you're showing that you're willing to do it, it definitely can kind of switch up the pace of a matchup. But at the end of the day, it's still a risk. Like, it's still an insane risk, especially in a game like this where counter hit damage does so much. I mean, if you're doing a wake up jab from a corner, you could just like kind of die. It's not something that you want to have to be completely reliant on. So definitely having that mastery in the neutral game to avoid those types of situations, super valuable.
Yeah, I assume. Okay, you know, I just realized BC's probably playing a tournament match or something like that right now in a different game. I mean, a different tournament.
Yeah, that seems to be the case. So we may be waiting for a little bit, but hope you guys that have all been watching have been enjoying it. I mean, in terms of what goes on here at twitch.tv/GuzmanGaming1, so Granblue Fantasy Versus is a bi-weekly, happens on Sundays. BB Tag and Chill and PC Tag and Chill happens every week on Fridays and Saturdays, respectively. So yeah, I mean, if you missed this weekend, you can actually catch the VODs at Twitch right now. I mean, they're there, but Guzman also diligently always posts the VODs of every tournament that happens here on their YouTube. Link is in the chat right now, so be sure to subscribe there. There's also like original just anime fighting game content there for Granblue, Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle, and the Hype Guilty Gear Strive that is coming up. You know, there's a couple videos up there already for that game too. And yeah, be sure to follow Guzman on Twitter if you want to stay up to date for future BB Tag and Chill, Peace Tag and Chill, Granblue and Chill, or other types of tournaments that may be going on, all things that are Guzman Gaming. And you can join the Discord too if you want to, you know, participate in some of these tournaments in the future and show these chumps what's up, you know? So definitely be sure to support all those links, support Guzman, Neosluts Gaming's own.
Whom actually ended up putting in $100 in the Matcherino pot, if I remember correctly.
That is correct.
Neosluts Gaming. So, you know, you guys can do that as well, Matcherino.
True. The truth.
There it is. You guys can put that 50 cents in there. I think we're just going to switch the matchup because BC's probably not around.
Oh, I just noticed. Yeah, Nino joined. Yeah, so that'll be Nino versus Steel.
Yep. Got to see Steel earlier. At the very beginning of this.
Yeah. Is this UL versus Matera?
Wait, did Nino? No, okay. I was about to say, wait, did Nino play Steel at round 1? It was the win. It was the win.
Yeah.
Yeah. This I believe this is Wait, no. What character did Steel play again? It was Matera. Okay, yeah. So, gosh, so many Materas.
I know. Oh man, hard to keep track.
That is a lot of Matera. This is like the most Matera I've seen in Granblue in ages. Like, actually.
Yeah. In fact, the funny thing is, in order for Steel to get into the spot that they just got, they just came off of a win over Mina Isaacs. That was a Matera mirror to get here.
That's, yeah. I mean, like, if we're correct in remembering the character correctly, and it is Matera, then wow. That's wild, dude. Like, I've not seen a tournament since launch that had this many Matera.
Oh man, we're getting hit with some funny TO woes here. As soon as we got the stream matchup ready, Bisu has typed in the chat. All right, I'm back.
That is life. that I feel like that's like the common, like that's the classic.
Yes.
It used to happen in offline tournaments all the time. It was like, okay, I'm gonna go play my match since my match isn't ready, or whatever. And I'll play my other game, and then you come back, and it's like, yeah, I've been waiting. But all right, you know, we got this one first. This is loser sign, so Steel versus Nino. Oh, and okay, this is what we saw from Nino previously in the other matchup was the 2H on the Zephyrs. The 2H on the Zephyrs was clean every time.
Yeah, a lot of proficiency with those anti-air confirms, just having the eye to get those efforts out of here. You know, we already repeated, you know, like we're enough times of how big of a change that can be in the matchup if you are able to answer those efforts consistently.
I think it's super.
Yeah, I think that was supposed to be super for sure. That's one nice thing about UL staggers is like you can get super from pretty much any range, and like that far L reaches, I mean, very far, not to be funny, but like if you have the hit confirms available, roll.
Oh no, yeah, that's a terrible situation right there. And okay, opts to not explode the butterfly the second time during the combo because wanted to get the mix up. I mean, if you don't explode that butterfly, your next combo is gonna kill, so I totally get it. And plus, you got this much health to work with. You're gonna make it happen anyways. Skybound art.
Clean. Yeah, solid response there from Steel. Very, very comfortable in that matchup. If Steel could have every round go that way, I'm sure they'd have no complaints.
goodness. What a whiff punish just to start the game out.
Yes.
Yeah, I like that. Using one of Matera's big qualities for being able to get out of the corner. Oh yeah, that's the danger of empty jump roll right there, is you do open yourself up to the possibility of the DP. And
oh boy, that is huge.
Should be death.
I'd say so.
Yeah, universal overhead's basically the best starter in the game, so.
Yeah, it's very nice. You know, you get that nice chunk of counter hit damage at first, and then go into whatever you like, and it's just like, okay, I'll just go into my max damage confirm right now.
Yeah. There's that dive kick. Okay, full confirm off the far. Oh yeah, was expecting it to get the wall bounce, but just a bit too far away.
Just a tad. Oh wow, that could have been very nice counter hit anti-air damage. Not too much of a follow-up, but still gonna be able to fight out of this corner. Is still.
Yeah, I'm just gonna push as far as possible thanks to the butterfly. Corner to corner, basically. Ooh. Oh, that's surprising. Yeah, just getting counter hit off of the dive kick. Usually don't see that too often, but maybe he wasn't ready for like the specific type of guard stun. Skybound dart's coming out, gonna have one more chance at it. And they do have super Skybound Dart on deck, so like one really bad decision from Nino could just kill them, even if it's like a light starter, I feel like.
Very true. Yeah, right now just adding up a little bit of this chip damage. Zephyr's out of the corner, double hop for there for steal. Minus. Okay, yeah, Jack's check. But what an anti-air with the 5M!
That's actually kind of wild. That's kind of wild. I'm genuinely surprised. I mean, I guess she didn't jump very high, so 5M is still, like, there.
Right. I think I was also more so surprised that it was also canceled into the DP, so, like, I don't know. Just wanted to make for sure that it was going to be the end.
Oh, big whip, but no punish. Okay, we'll confirm on this one. DP under.
Okay.
Plus frames. Oh, that's not plus frames, yeah.
Oh boy.
That should be gone.
Yeah, I think so. It could be so tough against UL when you're in that corner to figure out when is the right time to counter poke, right? Her strings and special cancel, especially when you're doing that EX fire, is just like super daunting. But Nino looking very strong there as they're able to take it 2-0 over Steel. They'll be moving on to face the Wind in loser side top 8.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy too, because the first time we saw Nino versus a Matera in this bracket so far on the broadcast anyway, we saw that a lot of the damage was negating Zephyr by 2H'ing it or anything like that, right? Mm-hmm. And this time it was a lot less of that. There were still a couple of 2H's on the Zephyrs and things, but it was a lot less of that. It was more clean control everywhere else. Like the guard strings were varied enough that it felt like Steel just wasn't sure how to get around that the entire time. Right. So it's just interesting to see that it wasn't like the last time, you know, Nino took down the a Matera player. It wasn't just off of oh it's all these bad Zephyr decisions. No, it was just like Nino's definitely got this down to pat.
Definitely solid stuff. Yeah, I was definitely a fan of that. Again, no bias, by the way, when it comes to these UL players. But nice to see on the top 8.
Lions.
I got. You know what? Maybe I should put my biases out there. You know, you have Belial allegiances that you've already expressed. So you know, happy that UL is here.
See, there you go. Let it all out.
Man, speaking of Belial, he's coming right up here. Bisu against 8. You know, another Matera Cello.
Will Cello eat the apple?
That is the question at hand. This is for the other side of winners finals to figure out who's going to be fighting Jan.
I think in both of these matchups, Jan would just go Charlotta, actually. No, I think about it.
Probably, right?
I don't know. I guess we'll have to find out, but you know, we gotta see who he would even face here.
What a
great spot dodge right there, yeah. And what's interesting too is that spot dodge was well timed enough that it actually didn't get caught by the second hit of 5H or far H. That's normally pretty rare, I feel like.
Right. What an action on Wake Up! That was a complete. Well, I guess it was
covers multiple options. Yeah, it covers a lot of different options right there, actually. So I feel like, you know, maybe that was actually the best idea.
Yeah. Good defense. Oh, gets caught low. BC with the hit confirm.
He only did the fuck around part. He didn't tell him to find out.
Yeah, not quite, not quite.
Yeah, I mean he's real comfortable right now, right? As long as he's not blocking any of those right there, which he just gets hit by. Oh no,
man.
It is all wrong. I'm sorry, BC. I did this. This was my fault.
Truly the biggest commentator's curse. But yeah, it did look like he was comfy cozy. As long as he was just maintaining that full screen presence and not getting hit by like an EX or not having to block anything, that was a good position to be in. But I mean, right as we had the observation, the exact opposite happened, right?
That's fighting games for you for sure. Oh, there it is. DP out. Yeah, because he knew that despite the fact that the 2M made him plus there, he was too far away for any of his buttons to really contest. So he went for DP because he thought, well, if that's the case, Celo's probably going to press something. And that worked out for just a moment. Celo, however, taking the corner back, going to set up the butterflies. What are you going to go for? It's at the jump alone!
Ooh, sneaky, sneaky.
Wow, got the whole thing without combo limit? I thought for sure combo limit was going to kick in beforehand, but not going to die.
Yeah. Knows their routes, good to go. Celo. Oh,
no. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I was a bit anxious if that SSBA was going to make contact. I mean, we've seen games with Belly will be taken like that within this tournament, right? Just reversal SSBA, tons of damage, you're knocked down, my turn, but Celo safe off that 5L and getting the game one against Bisu.
Yeah, luckily 5L recovered fast enough, even if it was a bit scary.
Yeah.
But yeah, again, there it is. TK Fireball has been put in a, like, it's only been used twice, right? But in both of those times, the amount of reward, and there's that spot dodge again!
Wow.
That is the kind of stuff that you need to have when playing Granblue Versus, because Belial is going to be a card that you run into a lot, right? So you need to know how that's going to end up working out. You need to know when to do that. And, I mean, Celo has very clearly sat down and dealt with it before.
Definitely. And I think Celo's just looking absolutely masterful in this game overall, right? The nooch control has definitely been in their favor. Really feels like they're dictating the pace, and the decision-making has been so on point.
I 100% agree. It's just been a level of control that we haven't gotten to see versus, like, just about everybody so far. Right. I mean, you know, you said Celo was the previous champion, right? So, oh, 2-aged. And that's full conversion here. Okay, Super Skybound wants to even up that life total. I understand.
Yeah. Celo not quite the previous champion, but I think they got pretty far in the first Granblue show.
Oh, okay. My bad. My black.
Oh, boy.
Knockdown. Oh, yeah, not a lot of life right now. And, I mean, it's basically even. Well, now there's a advantage here for Celo for life. Chip Guts hasn't been activated, so at the very least he can still block a few fireballs. But oh, what up, DP?
Man.
The cojones!
What a call! I mean, one thing I did notice on a previous Oki situation that Bisu did go for like that meaty 5H, and it hit Celo airborne. So it might have been that TK arrow that they did, and maybe that run-up DP was a calculated call on that, or it was just straight up saying, no, you're gonna be hitting something and not blocking, this will make contact.
Yeah, I actually think that it being TK Fireball could have actually been a really good call. But, yeah, whatever the case may be, it's got him around, staying alive.
Oh,
the off the Zephyr.
Yeah, and I feel like we're starting to see a little bit of the adaptation of the pacing here from Bisu. Just recognizing some of the options Celo wants to go for it and the range that they want to play at and finding some ways in. But what a cross-up!
That was messed up.
That was super messed up. Yeah, if you're not hitting the block button, you're getting hit right there for sure.
I mean, even if you are hitting the block button, you have to know to block crouching, right? Like, because that was the low.
Truth.
Oh, and that's going to do it right there. Great catch on the crossover. Got the counter hit, and now match point for Celo.
Not bad. Oh. In and out play style here from Celo. Anti-air 5H, huh?
Hey, you know, sometimes. I mean, we saw Bisu do it earlier, right? Oh, true. The 5H right there. Knockdown situation. A bar A 5L. We haven't seen that from Bisu just yet.
Right. Oh!
It was grounded.
Yeah, was not ready for that.
Fuck around, find out. Oh god, he found out.
Yeah, definitely. SBA confirmed too. Might as well. Yeah, this puts Cello in a very awkward situation. There's so much Oki that can kill you here. We've seen the TK. It's not gonna be here. Man, the Abare, 2A, get me out of this corner, please.
Yeah, I mean, with Super Skybound Dart on deck, well, one really good hit could actually just change this up. Cello could easily take this. And now, especially with Bisu stuck in the corner here, fighting the fireballs, he can't toss a fireball. Well, I was gonna say he can't toss a fireball fast enough if he goes for like one of the quick ones, but I was wrong. So
yeah, you can tell Bisu is very aware of what can happen if he gets hit by anything. It's if you jump low though, that gets it for Cello. Get the full animation and Cello taking it 2-0 over Bisu, moving into that winners finals. Yeah, you were noticing on those last few exchanges. I mean, Bisu, the meme, right? Take the throw. They were definitely gonna be holding guard for as long as they possibly could, but then Cello just finding a way to get a threatening a high-low mix, going low and getting the full confirm. That was very excellently played.
Yeah, and I think that again comes back to what we mentioned earlier at the very beginning with, or what you mentioned earlier at the very beginning with Cello specifically having just such a strong mid-range game, and what that ends up doing for a character like Matera, or doing for versus a character like Belial specifically, especially if there's like a life deficit, right? That mid-range, Bisu had no answers, basically. Like he was trying everything he could. He just so happened to be getting mixed up enough times that it wasn't working out as well as he could hope. And so Cello was just walking away with any of those mid-range situations, even when Cello had less health than Bisu by like a good margin because of that Super Skybound Dart. It still felt like Cello was completely in the game because Bisu couldn't get back to any offensive pressure.
Definitely super solid stuff from Cello. Looking forward to seeing how that winners finals plays out. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, well, I mean, the thing is that winner finals specifically is, I feel like the dynamic of the reactions from Jan is going to play like a huge factor in that winners finals.
Right.
But you know, we got to get there first, right? So first we're gonna have Nino in the win. So we're gonna get Belial versus UL. We're both gonna be sitting pretty on this one.
Ah, yes. Happiness all around. Unless one of them gets mauled, then maybe somebody will be really happy and somebody will be really sad.
Well, I mean, one of us is gonna be sad because one of these people is going home anyway. So
very true.
No matter what.
But yeah, this has been quite the losers run for Nino. They were sent to losers not quite round 1. But round 2, and since then, they got the DQ there, but they were able to get that win over Steel. So looking to continue on that losers run train if they're able to get this win over the Wind and get into that losers semis positioning. But not an easy task. You know, the Wind is definitely one of these Belial players that we've been seeing putting in work. Again, it feels like a lot of their matches have been played on stream, not every match. So definitely a player that we're familiar with.
Consider yourself rejected.
Yo, English UL, let's go.
Yeah, I'm a big fan. I'm a huge fan of English UL.
Yes.
Actually. But I'm also a huge fan of like pretty much all the English voices, so. Okay. Now already a jump over on the start. Gonna get those plus frames. Oh, well, okay. I mean, sometimes you gotta check to see if the person is even willing to use the plus frames properly, right?
Right. Oh,
Again,
yeah.
plus frames.
That 2M stance cancel, so good.
Okay. Oh, yeah, the jump was unfortunately just a bit too late, so you can't actually get a punish off. But this will catch the whiff.
Man, what a challenge there from Nino. I mean, I guess all things considered, they weren't too worried about if they were wrong with that, but yeah, risk reward definitely in their favor for that one. Nino.
Yeah, I totally agree. Not only is it the risk reward, but now because that was the first round specifically, now that's all in the Wind's hand. Right?
Yes.
Like, how many times will you start to Abari out of your own negative frames with, like, invincible moves?
What? That was ridiculous. It looked like the projectile was active.
Look, this is why some people are confused that people think UL is like, UL got nerfed too hard. Those buttons are still strong. Like, they still have the same range, they still have the same speed, it's just like the recovery is different.
Yeah. Wake up universal overhead, huh? I guess the forward movement was calculated to get them out of positioning. No confirm off the counter hit though. Oh, yikes. But no, it's spaghetti. There's a lot of spaghetti going on at the moment.
Oh, but there's the super skybound, and I think he did press. No, I'm just wrong. That's going to be an easy punish. Easy death on that one for sure. It doesn't even need the animation for the skybound.
Yeah, not at all. It felt like there was a lot of opportunity there for Nino to kind of pick up the pieces and get it confirmed to a Skybound of their own. It was just no consistency, a lot of awkward situations happening in the last moments of that match.
Well, I mean, that's an awkward moment for sure.
Yes.
Okay. Easy knockdown with the EXDP. Gonna cycle back through. Oh, just 2 Ls? Okay, yeah, he was expecting throw because he had just been running for so long, right, on top of him that Universal Overhead is going to beat throw if he goes for it. Gets frame trapped here. He's gonna wall bounce.
Nino never shy on these confirms. Oh, I like the meeting with the 2M there for the plus frames as well. That was very nicely executed.
Yeah, stance 2M is just a really good pressure tool. I don't think there's any really like other way to put it.
Pull back to the corner we go. That's a full confirm. That should be death.
I'm just no big drop. There's Super Skybound art available. Avatar Belial. Let's go.
Man, what a drop there for Nino. That is one thing you have to be very careful about. It's like, although the SBA can be kind of lenient on the confirmation game, you don't want to jungle them too high because the hitbox does not hit up there. So that drop definitely costing Nino there.
One thing I'm surprised about that even led to that situation in the first place was how much the wind was actually backing off. It seemed like he had offensive pressure, but just decided to back off to maybe, I don't know, force Nino to whiff like a button like that. Well, I mean, now you're gonna get your DP blocks, got the wall balance. Miss on the Foxfire, but still getting the hit.
Yes. Ooh. Yeah, we haven't seen. It's interesting that you mentioned that because now that I think about it, I feel like a lot of these matches have been played with like Nino pushing to the corner. Like no matter what way the round starts, who gets the first hit, Nino eventually finds the win in that corner. It's up to the win to kind of figure out how they're gonna get out of it.
I feel like a lot of the time it's not even just Nino pushing him to the corner. It's like, yeah, of course Nino is pushing him to the corner, don't get me wrong, but like there's a lot of other times where Nino is not doing anything and the wind will back up, but back up like too much.
Truth. As we see here, ooh, and we have the confirm off of it. Beautiful stuff there from Nino.
Yeah, stance pressure when the character is on top of you can be incredibly scary, but if you think your opponent's gonna go for the cancel, you can do that. But yeah, that's plus frames right there, and that is actually the second time that the wind tried to press buttons after the stance. So when I wonder if it's that the wind is either just incredibly brave or maybe actually just does not know that UL's advantage there.
Yeah, it could be they don't know that UL's advantage. Could also be that they're misjudging the spacing and thinking they're in a throw mix-up in this situation, but yeah,
it's again right there.
Third time's a charm. It's still hitting. You might as well keep doing it, you know? If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Well, because like you know, it could just legitimately be that the wind is brave enough to think that Nino won't go for it again and again or something like that, right? Which, you know, they could totally know that it's plus. But I don't know. I guess we're just gonna have to find out if it keeps happening. The meaty. Okay, yeah. Try to get the lead while pushing into the corner. But the problem was, unfortunately that wasn't full animation. But this will be a good amount of damage here. Full EX knockdown.
Air to air was fantastic. Oh, straight into the EX command throw too. I feel like we have been seeing the win go for these neutral jumps quite a bit actually. That's the biggest that we've seen a payoff thus far. It's just that air to air interaction, counter hit, getting the full combo conversion in the corner.
There's also been very few EX command grab too. So like he just kind of pulled it out for the very last game, I guess. Okay, didn't press on that one.
Okay.
Yeah, 2M confirm right there. That's going to put him in a good position. But, oh, yeah, he put the fireball early so that it could catch any sort of jump, cover his own options really well. He's actually going to be able to jump out of that one, so finally reacting. And there it is again, yeah, pulling out all the stops for the last game because he had not gone to any EX command grabs in the first two.
Whew. Okay. Yeah, a lot of damage left on the table from that initial 5M, but this time definitely going to be making sure that we're confirming. Will this hit? No! We saw this happen before, Danger!
Oh, no!
What's possible for Nino as the win? We'll be getting another punish on a whiffed SBA, but this time it's final. Oh, no.
I'm genuinely heartbroken about that. Like, I'm genuinely heartbroken about that.
I guess the foreshadowing I had was completely inaccurate. I said that we would either both be happy or one would be really happy and the other one would be really sad. I didn't think that we would both be really sad at this result because that was definitely a heartbreaker.
It's just the way that they lost is the heartbreaker. Like if they had lost to something a little bit different, I guess I wouldn't have been like, you know, like so sad about it. But yeah, that was incredibly unfortunate.
Yeah,
So the
well,
Wind is gonna move on and going to be facing Bisu. So we're gonna get that Belial mirror.
yes, it's here. You know, the hope was for winners finals, but losers semis. I'm sure that you'll take that all day as well. It means one of them are going home, but the interaction still happens nonetheless.
I mean, you know, I'll take it. I'll take it.
I just had a funny thought of like saying that phrase "going home." I mean, like
They are home. They
are
are currently home. Yes. See, so what happens is they just take their computer chair, right, and they just roll it on over to their bed, and then they roll out of the computer chair. They don't get up normally. They just roll in defeat into their bed. That's how it works.
Man, comfy, cozy, at home. Quarantine locals, quarantine majors. This is what we do. This is what we have done for the past year.
Almost. We're so close to a full year of online events being the standard.
The most cursed anniversary.
Oh man, what an anniversary, huh?
Yes. But yeah, it seems like that's actually the match that we'll have first. It seems like Bisu may be free, and we'll get Bisu versus the Win.
Wow, I can't believe you just called Bisu free now. Bisu about to ride up that twit longer.
The truth about Kraken Atkins.
Oh no. So the Win, Bisu, Belial mirror. You know, what's funny is I actually see a lot less Belial mirrors these days. Like genuinely.
No, that's a real fact. That was actually something that I was mentioning from Granblue and Chill 1 with Bisu playing, of just saying, like, you know, throughout the patches that have happened with this game and everything, I think kind of like I almost called it Bisu, the character and player kind of interaction there, they're one and the same, interchangeable almost, but the Belial hysteria has kind of dwindled down a bit to where, yeah, we don't see a lot of those Belial mirrors as often as we used to. Still very strong character, right? But the frequency in which we see like the mirrors or anything like that is definitely decreased.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes to Belial, like even if you like even if he's not like far and away the best character in the game, he is still far and away the best Shoto character, right? So like there's very little reason for the people that used to play Gran to still like play Gran for Gran, right? Like you can play Belial and cover the same things and have a command grab, right? Like there's very little reason for Ladiva players to play Ladiva because you can just play Belial.
Right.
Like I mean, obviously Ladiva is not a Shoto, of course, like, but the point being is Belial has a lot of similar options that Ladiva would normally have. He can frame trap in similar ways. He can command grab. Of course he only has the one command grab, but like that's all that's really required.
Yes. And I mean, case in point, I mean, when I saw Koji Kog of all people switch to Belial, that's when I knew. That's when I knew that there was definitely something fishy going on.
I think Koji Kog wanted to switch to Belial because it was because you know he's kind of like Belial in real life. You know, he's a skinny tall boy. Nah.
But yeah, you know, with the context of the last match that we saw, because, you know, one thing that we were noting was the Win's kind of patience game and the backing off game, and like, you know, although being pushed to the corner, also willingly kind of putting themselves in the corner. Even though this is a mirror match, I would say in the player matchup, that is maybe not a playstyle that you want to get too comfortable with against Bisu unless you're just really confident in your defense. Because I mean, we've already seen the prominence when it comes to Bisu's rush down decision making in the neutral. I mean, he wants to get in.
Hey, look, when Belial gets in, it's incredibly scary to deal with his block strings. Like even actually in the very first match that we saw of the Wind versus Steel, we saw a really good example of that too. There was like incredibly good knowledge of how his buttons push back so that he would get a far normal, and then he could use that far normal to goad the opponent into wanting to press another button or something like that. You know, so like you can just pretty much watch any Belial, and you can kind of take a look at what happens when they're pressing buttons on block versus the opponent, and recognize what that actually does to the opponent's mental state. Like they can get mentally guard broken because you'll be like, I swear to God, he pushed himself back far enough that I should be able to press something, but then he counter hit 5H's me. He counter hit far M's me. Like, I just don't understand.
Yes. Oh my God. I have definitely been there with Cagliostro. I was saying when it comes to Cagliostro, there's just some matchups I do not like, and Belial is definitely one of them. For that reason specifically, it's just like, why am I getting counter hit? Please let me hit a 5M something.
Well, we're gonna get winners finals first. Looks like.
Yeah.
I think DC's probably just in another match. I haven't even checked the fucking Discord, so I wasn't paying attention. It's my bad.
No, it's all good. That was just kind of deduced over the past couple minutes here that Bisu, yeah, he's in a match, so we actually will be getting Jan, only Jan of the H-Town residency against Cello.
A man of many monikers.
Truth.
Yeah, so this is the one we were talking about earlier. I want to assume Charlotta is going to be picked, but you know, the chances of not Charlotta could exist at the same time. I just think it's oh, okay, so it is Ladiva. All right.
Yeah, definitely will be going Ladiva. So yeah, this is, I imagine the pacing of these matchups will be pretty slow unless Jan just like gets a crazy read right from the start. I mean, he's looking to turn it up as soon as possible. We're already in the corner.
Oh my God.
Is this the biggest instance of commentator's curse I've ever seen? What is happening?
Is that commentator's curse or blessing? I don't know.
I'm quite sure this is shaping out to be one of the quickest rounds we've had all tournament.
Okay, so I mean, one of the crazy, we did mention her lack of defensive options, and this is one of the stronger characters when they knock you down, right? Like,
yes. Yeah, I mean, I was just imagining, you know, like Cello's playstyle and just the character matchup overall. I was like, okay, yeah, the pacing of the matchup could be quite slow unless Jan is just like able to get in there, and that's exactly what happened, right? And it seems to be repeating a little bit of that at the moment too.
Oh no, an incorrect guess on wake up right there. There was that wake up jab that had been getting Cello so much mileage, but okay, well, at the very least now you're in that mid-range game that we know Cello to be so strong at. So the question is, how long can you keep it up? Because at the very beginning of the first round, Jan just negated the mid-range, but not gonna negate it this time.
Yeah. Man, Abari options to seal it out. Jan playing, he's not playing around, man. Like, he definitely knows what's at stake. He definitely knows the character that's in front of him, and he knows how to play around it. He wants to get in. Rightfully so.
That sure is the first game. That sure was the first game.
Yes.
Knockdown right here, though. No butterfly setup, just regular old OP. Plus frames. More plus frames. Yeah,
Right.
I mean, if you can't really open up the opponent by that time, I totally understand just Zephyr'ing on out of there, because at the very least you can get that range, you can get back to where Matera's strong again.
Yeah, that seems to be exactly what Cello's looking to do. Even though they're like pretty much kind of approaching the other quarter, I guess the goal is going to be to make sure that they don't actually reach it, and they do just that off the butterfly conversion to the SBA. That was fantastic play for Cello.
Sometimes it just takes a little bit to get into the idea of how all in somebody can be and how you need to play against that, because like I feel like that's like how Jan is going to play this matchup as much as possible. Be as all in as you can, because one knockdown could just completely win Jan the game.
Yeah, one thing we are noticing, given Jan's strength of what we saw in terms of his reaction game and how well he dealt with Charlotta previously, we haven't seen any counter hits or any like counter play to the Zephyrs quite yet.
Yeah, well, you know, it's very rarely come up where it would have been safe for Jam to stop Zephyr, I feel like. But, I mean, you know, Command Grab City finishing it off right there on the EX. Around a piece.
Very nice.
This is 3 out of 5 because it's winners. So, winners finals.
True, true.
Oh, there's that 2M. All in at all times. Yeah, Jan has been resetting outside of combo or on combos quite a bit so far, actually. So I guess I'm not terribly surprised to see just go straight for SPD despite the fact that you get the hit, because if Cello's not going to jump out or if Cello's not going to be able to have any sort of DP to get away, I mean, why not?
Yeah, man, dude, as soon as Jan is in there, it's just correct messy guessing central all day long. This is looking really overwhelming and has to be taxing if you're Cello, especially after that last game where you're seeing Cello finally starting to get their groove, you know, get things going. But for that to result in a loss, Jan is up 2-0, you need the reverse sweep. That's a lot of pressure mentally.
Butterfly knockdown. Jan's gonna be wanting to SPD, or at least, you know, try to crossover out probably, but oh, Super Skybound Art's on deck. But there was the sweep.
Yo, he was mashing sweep for a very long time. There was like multiple sweeps.
Not enough sweeps.
Okay, good confidence build around there for Cello. Because definitely a trek if he wants to stay in this winner side and get this reverse sweep going. What a roll from Jan.
Oh yeah, and then the Oki right there, 2L on this one. Caught the crossover with the command grab, and you're stuck in the corner right now. You are at the mercy of Ladiva.
Yeah, just, I mean, unfortunately, familiar territory, right, for Cello when it comes to getting pushed back corner and being at the mercy of Jan, and yeah, correct decision making all day. Oh, anti-air lariat.
Oh, just guessing wrong on pretty much every one of these situations. Cello is getting so antsy, trying to press as many buttons as possible, but just continuously gets counter hit. And Jan smelling out that the fear, basically, and just taking it.
Yeah, man, that was so rough there for Cello. So excellently played there for Jan. Oh my gosh. This... I think the round one really just kind of set forth the type of matchup we were going to see there altogether, because that was ridiculous. Like, there was no way that I thought that round one was going to go the way that it did, but again, it ended up being one of the fastest rounds that we had all tournament, at least that we've seen.
Whew, that was a doozy. I mean, the thing is like, I understand. Sometimes you get scared enough that you're like, I gotta press buttons or whatever. I need to get out of this somehow. And I think pressing buttons is the right way to go. And it just so happened to be the wrong guess. Because all of those at that point are just guesses. Like, is it gonna be sweep? Is it gonna be just regular meaty? Is it gonna be command grab? Are you gonna jump over me? Etc. Etc.
Right. Jan just on top of it, 2 steps ahead at all times. And I mean, that is the type of mindset that will definitely be rewarded. In this case, he is guaranteed top 2 as he's in that grand final spot in the money. Speaking of the money, Maturino, it's here. If in case that you're just tuning in or have been tuning in all along and just been ignoring this section, what are you doing? All right, free 50-cent donation. Granblue and Chill2 is the code that you can use that will donate free money to the pot. Currently sitting at 104.69. Appreciate you for maintaining that 69 positioning there. So, you know, do the free 50 cents. But if you do the free 50 cents, make sure that you have a friend that's also watching, also do the free 50 cents, and make sure that we have that 69-cent prefix, because it's very, very important. Yeah, you can do a direct donation too if you'd like. Some people have, especially Neoceleste Gaming, that hooked us up with $100 bonus to put us here in the first place. And you can see something for the donations. Check out the marketplace, Chitin Books, lots of great manga for sale that could be at your viewing leisure should you purchase one. But yeah, regardless, check out the Matrino if you haven't already. Link is in the chat.
Yeah, I mean, purchasing a manga from Chitin Books supports this event while also giving you a manga, and it supports one of the long-standing anime FGC TOs, as they're one of the main people at Chitin Books. So just throwing that out there. If you really like the community and you really want to support the scene as a whole, I highly recommend it.
Yes, yes. Shout outs to Christian.
Yo, that's my man's. But yeah, so I think we got Bisu here. Bisu is available, exists, is here. I think we're just waiting on the wind, or is the wind already in here?
There's like 7 out of 8 people in this lobby, and it's getting a bit crowded. So like, I honestly don't know.
I see a secondary Belial avatar. There's another one that's not Bisu. So I mean, maybe that's the wind. I don't know. I guess we'll see.
I think so.
I don't feel like picking my stick up off the ground and checking, so I'm too lazy for that.
Okay, I can confirm from this angle that is indeed the wind.
Okay. All right, the wind. Let's go. Get in there. Pisu, get in there. I want to see some carnage, some chaos. I want to see some Belial.
Yeah, I would say that's definitely what you're gonna be seeing, no matter what, in terms of the Belial mirror. Yeah, the question being is what I posed earlier, based off of the playstyle that we've been seeing from the wind, what we have seen from the wind, as I see they just left the lobby, maybe going to be reconnecting. Of like, are they gonna do the same type of really heavy defense, pushing themselves to the corner? Because I mean, like Bisu, man. He will maul you. Like, just straight up, like, he will maul you if he's able to sniff out that you're gonna be playing in that type of fashion. I've seen it before.
So like I do think that the reason why the wind backs up so often is specifically to get you to try and whiff something, so that he can then, you know, use one of Belial's hilariously long normals to force you into a poor position, right? But a lot of the time, I just feel like maybe he does it too far. Like he backs himself into the corner more often than probably is good.
Here we go.
First game.
Bisu getting a lot of pressure started thus far. Oh, very nice jump over that fireball. Great reward.
With the jump you, not going to be able to combo off it, but hey, you take the corner. I feel like that's a big win regardless. Fireball pressure. TP comes out though. You're definitely going to see a lot of like, I know this character, I know how to punish this, or I know when it's my turn sort of deal.
Yeah, I think it was a big telling factor of exactly what you just said there. That was insane.
That was godlike, I'm sorry.
Oh, no combo conversion. SSBA on deck for both players. Any hit confirm is terrifying.
Absolutely. Like just 1-2L. Oh, but there's the EX command grab, big damage. Oh, medium DP. Yeah. It's really interesting because he hit 2L, right? And medium DP on startup does not have invincibility, but it does go up to the air. So like sometimes you will just get oh, the internet. Oh no, the connection. Oh no.
Yes, connection issues do seem to be plaguing this matchup.
Oh no, I'm so sad. I'm just gonna finish my thought, and we'll just go from there.
Right.
So MVP, it doesn't have any invincibility on startup, but it does go into the air. So a lot of the time, you can actually just hit Belial out with that 2L. But apparently the 2L was just too late because he had made it far enough in the air that it actually missed.
Yes. Yeah, definitely probably exactly as you said there, you know, a situation of knowing the counterplay for that interaction and already thinking ahead of what you're going to do afterwards, and it's just like not being the thing at all. It's just like, whoa. All right. I guess I'm hit and the game is over. Wow.
Big fat.
Yeah, it seems like that, you know, as it's been stated, there's a count to 6 frame, and then it just randomly jumped up to 15 frames. 15 frames is, I would say that's unplayable. So,
yeah. You cowards.
Merely just adapt. Merely just let the delay consume you.
Simply just be good enough. Simply just be good enough that you get the win. Oh man, yeah. 15 frames is so much he couldn't even get the combo to kill him.
That's when you know.
See, this is why you just hit up the old delay simulator in training mode.
That's what it's there for, right? For situations just like this. They knew, the developers knew.
Oh, good lord. Yeah, I mean, it happens. I don't know who's going to reset, but somebody's going to have to reset. Oh, it was, the wind is going to reset. Okay.
Right.
I assume if that doesn't work out, then BC probably has to reset and yada yada.
Yeah, run through.
I don't know what Guzman's rule is on if this just like continuously persists, but I'm sure he's got something in the tank for that.
Based on historical context of something that actually just happened yesterday, in one of the more dire circumstances, it was in BB Tag, and there's just like no connection that was able to be made between two players, and neither one really seemed to blame off the speed test and everything. The course of action was actually coin flips. So it's a coin flip to determine who would be able
Bro.
to move on. But that's in the most dire of cases.
We did that in the PlayStation Open Series for BB Tag. We did that. Yeah. We had to coin flip because both of the EU guys were too gracious to let the other person lose. They
Oh my
couldn't pinpoint who was the person with the bad connection. And they were both like, no, you take the win. And then the other one was like, no, you take the win. And so because no one was willing to agree on just leaving, they coin flipped because that's apparently the rule.
Oh my gosh, that is hilarious. Yeah, but Guzman's channel will do it like point by point. So for the situation yesterday, it was Riazo versus Almighty Waffle, if I'm not mistaken. So it's treated like a set, you know, it's first to 3 in coin flips. And Riazo got 3-0'd on the coin flips. Almighty Waffle was able to advance by winning the coin flip 3 consecutive times. So what a way to go.
Could you imagine getting... Yeah, I just got 2-0'd and then the connection was too bad. So we did coin flips for a 3-0 set. Could you imagine? Oh, I feel so bad because that actually happened.
Yes.
I'm an asshole, but I guess that's life, you know. Sometimes you get coin flip 5-0'd.
It happens. It's such as life in online tournament environments, man. Wild Wild West.
I used to live downtown. Sorry, anytime somebody says Wild Wild West, I just get the Will Smith movie stuck in my head.
I mean,
Wild Wild West, and then the song, and then the song comes on, which has like a 30-minute music video because it was one of those music videos where they had to like tell a story and they had to do like movie scenes in the middle of it and shit.
Yes. So, nearly a movie in itself, that music video.
Same thing happened to the Men in Black one, actually. The Men in Black music video. They did the same thing. I remember that.
Oh, Will Smith, man.
Good times.
Yes.
Good times. Yeah. I assume very soon the win will be done with the reset, though. Because a lot of the time you have to reset the router, and like 90% of it is usually just the router booting up, and it takes forever.
Yep, I've been there.
I know that's always the hardest part.
Yeah, the only Jans has graced us with their presence. Oh, and they brought us a win with them.
The escort. That's why Jan came back, was to escort.
It could be. All right, so the win back on the station. Bisu is here as well. Full reset, hopefully, to stabilizes things. Oh.
Yeah, unfortunately, we are in. Oh no.
Yeah, I saw the apology and the good luck, have fun, and then he was just instantly gone. I don't know what happened.
He just got Thanos snapped out of the room. Like, oh, he's back. Okay, I guess that was pretty quick.
Okay.
All right, that was mad weird because like it said he left the room, but like I don't remember him coming back and then running to the cabinet. Like it just seemed like he just teleported to the cabinet.
Yeah, that was mad weird. I mean, maybe in lobby update we got rollback netcode, but only for lobbies, not for the actual game, and we just snapped back and this is actually where we're at. So
I'm gonna be real with you, I wouldn't be surprised. I would just be like, you know what, that sounds so convoluted, it makes sense. Like that makes sense. It sounds convoluted enough for that to be real. I don't think it's happening, bro, because I'm stuck in this please wait screen.
Match fell due to connection issues. This is making me nervous.
I believe that means the match failed. I could be wrong.
Yeah. Debatable.
Yeah.
Belial versus Belial otra vez.
I thought you didn't know any. What? You just told me a minute ago. You didn't understand.
I'm exposed. Okay, I stand corrected. I know one phrase in Spanish.
Why are you lying? Why are you out here lying to my face?
Look, those you all players, they're tricky individuals. All right.
I mean, I guess that's kind of true. Okay, so this looks real enough. All right. Hopefully the connection remains to be at the very least okay. I didn't say good, I said okay.
Yes, playable, right?
I hope there is a connection.
Oh
He's
my
knocked down
god.
right now. He's already got so much damage at this point. Oh, and then the big whiff on the DP. Yeah, that was definitely a round for Bisu. You talked about just Bisu getting in people's face and balling them. I feel like that was probably a pretty good example.
Yeah, definitely. What? Hey, man, he's so prepared. Even off the whip fireball, ready for that 2H. Bisu's partying pretty hard at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely. This is definitely Andrew WK Belial.
There we go. Yeah, neutral jumps, making contact. Everything is right.
You mentioned the neutral jumps earlier, actually, in the previous set for the win. How he hadn't been going to a lot of neutral jumps. You see the kind of difference here that the neutral jump for Bisu is to like either goad or to catch what he thinks is coming out, and it's been working out pretty hardcore actually.
Yeah, NG jumped low with the confirm to the SCBA. That was beautiful. It just didn't quite kill.
That was godlike. What? And then beats the DP again. That's the second time. First game, the wait for the reset on the win took longer than than the actual game itself.
That is actual factuals right there.
So I am desynced, by the way. I can tell you that for sure.
Ah, I see. Okay.
Yeah, I already know.
Well,
I'm only a little bit behind, I think, though. So it might be okay.
okay. I mean, to tell you a bit of the future that you might be 2 seconds in to see it, to wake up SBA, blocked by Bisu, and punished with SBA. So
yeah, I saw that. The SBA is in animation and everything for me right now. I think I'm only a couple of seconds behind. Like, not even that much.
Okay, not the worst, not the worst.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Bisu is just, like you said, he's partying hard. He's Andrew WK right now to the fullest of effect.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna say. Whether you're like 2 seconds delayed or 5 seconds delayed, it really doesn't change the context or storyline of this matchup. Where like Bisu is just like definitely looking comfortable thus far.
Well, there we go. Max range confirmed from the win. At the very least, he gets in the corner, and that's kind of the really important thing. But he wanted the anti-air, and he unfortunately missed it. Too much forward momentum, I guess, that he wasn't prepared for. Oh, give Daddy some sugar.
Oh man, you're gonna be getting some sugar, alright? I just don't know if this is sugar you were looking for. This is looking much more like Splenda.
How do you not think this character is sick? Jump you mid-combo.
That was alright. Oh my god.
It's so cool. You're all terrible people. Well, that's 2-0 for Bisu right there. So I mean, you know, congrats to Bisu. That's gonna put Bisu into the losers finals versus Salo.
Definitely, arguably the set there taking like less time than the entirety of the connection issues, because that was definitely a nice roll there for Bisu altogether.
I wonder if I can still clip. Oh, I can't clip it. No. I wanted to clip me freaking out. It's whatever.
No, it was a sick combo. I'm not gonna lie.
Like it's a little specific, just a little. So I think it's cool. Seen it a couple of times, but whatever. Yeah, so congrats to the win, making it that far. You know. So Selo and Bisu. This winner's set did not go well for Bisu. From what I remember it being a very hard fight because, again, you know, we mentioned it time and time again, that mid-range game from Selo looks to be like overwhelming, almost insurmountable in a lot of cases. Jan has been the only person to get around that mid-range game, and it's been to great effectiveness because of the way Jan is able to, you know, lock down an opponent on knockdown, especially with the D.Va. Right. Whether Bisu can do the same thing here is a wholly different question, because he looked very lost on how varied Selo wanted to pick options.
Yeah, definitely. So we'll have to see if any adaptations can be made. This would be to decide who can make it in the grand finals. Everybody's in the money at this point. It's just a matter of how much of the cut you're getting and see if you can get that tournament victory altogether. Bisu right now locking down. Knows what Selo is capable of, doesn't want them to get into their comfort zone. Take pressure, please.
I wonder if we're going to be seeing Bisu having to deal with that TK fireball stuff again.
Yeah, that was a huge determining factor of the last match, right? We saw that like 3 for 3.
Oh, wow. Got the counter hit on that one. It's going to be able to get full conversion into SBA. It's not animated, unfortunately, for Bisu. Very fortunate for Cello, though, because that's going to give a chance. But the universal overhead is going to catch the Abare 2L.
Yeah, you can tell that Bisu is definitely changing things up. You know, he's constantly checking him. We're not even seeing a lot of like jump U's or anything like that. It's just like straight up meaty, strike throw game, frame traps all day. Doesn't want to allow Cello to get any type of spacing at all.
Oh, yeah, I mean, he's in that ass. There's very little spacing.
Yeah.
Projectiles come. Okay, this is where we saw Bisu having a ton of trouble.
And we're already seeing a little bit of an adaptation to it, that 5U to get out of there.
Yeah, unfortunately for Bisu, he doesn't actually get the connection on the hit because it's so far away, right? The character will recover. Oh, man. Yeah, that's not going to look like a very healthy play out here in about 2 seconds.
Yeah, I would say so. Beat did. Okay.
I feel like Cello versus Bisu specifically has just called out just about every DP in like the previous set, and then now this one.
Yeah, he just has a good eye for it, right? I mean, taking those risks are definitely necessary as a whole. I mean, like, if you have a DP in a fighting game, there's no use in having it if you're not going to use it. But Cello, yeah, definitely had a good eye for it so far.
That's the greatest mix-up. This person never uses the DP, so when are they actually going to use it?
Right.
SBA knockdown.
Huge damage.
Oh, yes.
Oh, boy. It's here.
Bisu, I feel like very rarely uses the extra man grab. Saves it for a rainy day so often that most people are just never ready for him to use it.
Yeah, that's what makes it so powerful. It's like there's already naturally so much to deal with and think about when it comes to Belial. And so like if that EX command throw is in like, you know, your deep subconscious as an option that can come out, that's exactly what makes it work. It's just like you are not expecting it, and then like right when it's on the cusp, right when there needs to be one thing that seals the deal, there it is.
No, I 100% agree. That like is the perfect assessment of that. Punish on that. Oh, was able to get the 2M. Okay, Asmodeus. Oh no, fuck around, find out. Fuck around, find out. The up close 2M is just the scariest thing on the planet.
Yes. Wow, universal overhead hitting.
Oh, the 2 actually hit airborne that time. The last time it hit grounded, and he was actually ready for it, but too low to the ground, still getting the EX command grab, and another round closed out because of EX command grab.
Yeah, and that's actually something I recognize from the previous set, right? Bisu, in response to Zephyr, does have those 2 H's there, but they've been hitting grounded and no hit confirm, right? Because he's not going to be canceling anything. He's not going to get anything off this raw 2H counter hit. But finally finding it early enough to have it airborne and get that counter hit damage, very big if he's able to make that a consistent thing in this matchup.
Yeah, Bisu is dealing with the mid-ranges a lot better right now, and his knockdown pressure has been just about emphatic, right? Like, a lot of the time, any Bisu in the previous set got a knockdown, Sailor would find a way to get out, right? Sailor would have a lot less trouble. Right now? Like, look at the pressure. Look at how far ahead Bisu is, so, like, already.
Yeah, he's playing no games. He recognizes how that first game went and the adaptations that he's had to make, and it's just, you know, clear as day that he's making in terms of the Oki and the way that he's dealing with all of Setlo's options. It's a complete turnaround from what we saw previously.
Well, it's going to be a difference here for Cello because it's more of an offensive time, but oh, missing the Oki option properly. Gets thrown for his troubles, and he's just like, all right, I'm not dealing with this. Get me out of here. 5H comes out. Oof. There it is.
What a catch. So much damage, man. Oh, empty jump low 2 and confirm with the SSBA? Bisu, you're ridiculous. Oh my gosh.
This is gonna be set point, right? Did I count the games wrong?
I think this is actually set point off that interaction alone. What a way to get there, Cello. Really needs to make something happen here to stop this momentum train. Oh my gosh, EX command throw. How many options can one man possibly have?
I mean, the pressure is just ridiculous right now. I mean, Cello is trying to press buttons to be able to get out, but they are just getting contested at left, at right.
Everything's coming up Bisu. He is looking as composed as I have seen him in this matchup altogether, and there it is. Deep in your subconscious, let's make it a reality. EX command throw Bisu. 3-0 over Cello in the run back, and locking in their place for grand finals. Wonderfully played.
EX command grab came out at the end of every round, and only the end of those rounds. It did not come out otherwise, because again, yeah, I mean, you mentioned it earlier. The most obvious and the most difficult part of this whole thing is that Belial's toolkit is so very strong by itself. There's already stuff in the core that pressures you enough to not even want to think about the command grab.
Definitely Bisu masterful with it. One thing I gotta say about Bisu is their consistency in pre-match rituals. They always do 3 bows. Specifically, no more, no less. Before they sit down, they do 3 in-game bows.
Oh, Onray pick. Okay. Onray. All right.
Interesting. Onray coming out from Jan here in grand finals.
He has a set to work with, so I don't know if that's like related. I don't know if Jan has very been specifically looking to play Onray or anything like that, but I guess we're gonna find out how it goes.
Definitely.
But, I mean, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, I will say this is definitely a character that I have not seen a lot of overall. One of the newer characters, but like, I can't really say I've seen too much of him at all.
Yeah, so luckily I've been watching a lot of MBK and Diaphone Onray. Those are probably two of the most knowledgeable players for the character. I think MBK is probably the best Onray at the moment.
Right.
Oh, there's that 5H. Yeah, so for all the range that Onray has, if you are up close enough, there is some recovery on some of those normals, and the 5H is a great button to press, but we're gonna get out of here with Super.
Oh my gosh. Yo, this animation is kind of sick. Oh my god. Okay, well, nice, you know, reverse loop there from Jan.
We've seen that a couple of times from Jan. Oh, only one parry, too. He didn't mash it, so he was actually able to stop the spot dodge. If he had mashed that parry, like any beginner Onray probably would have, he would have been recovering too much, and he wouldn't have been able to punish the spot dodge.
Interesting stuff. I mean, the defensive actions from Jan, he was definitely not advantageous as far as positioning in that matchup was concerned, but there's a couple of right decisions on the defense completely changed the tide that got him that first round.
Yeah, however, 5H is going to fully connect, full damage on this one. Look at that. That's an SBA's worth of damage. No way! What?
It was ready!
Look, the reactions from Jan just have never stopped. They just haven't.
Oh boy.
But there's that 2M. Yep, he went for universal overhead, but it caught the startup.
Yeah, man, and I feel like we haven't seen the left side of the screen at all. Like, in terms of the stage, in the middle ground, we are always on the right side of the screen, no matter what.
At this point, I'm unsure there is a left side of the screen. You're gonna have to convince me.
Exactly.
Another 2M paying off huge dividends. Gonna go for the pinwheel Oki and caught him pressing.
Bisu. So in there. And I mean, like, this kind of ties back to the not seeing the left side of the screen point. Even though Jan did get that first round, it was from very clutch parries just like that. But, you know, Bisu, just relentless.
Oh man, yeah, just free jumps all day. His 2H is a little bit slower, so like Onray sometimes is gonna have to go to the like the air grab or the air to air option, right? Oh, okay, already the character switch. That was actually kind of fast. I thought maybe Onray would honestly be stuck with, because like he did take that first game or first round, excuse me.
Yeah, I guess overall in the grand scheme of things, he was just like, okay, I have these games to gamble. I do have the Charlotta in the back, and which is what he's pulling out now. I had a feeling that might be what it is, and so yeah, it's gonna be sticking with that. We have seen him victorious with Charlotta against Belial in the past, but I mean, like, this is definitely a different type of player in the form of Bisu, and given the context of the role that he's been on, yeah, you're gonna want to ice that as soon as possible.
I mean, let's see how it works out. Oh yeah, already a quick and easy punish on that. Holy Ladder, you know, I mean, it may be a flash kick, but it does have enough recovery that it is super negative on block. Again, Holy Ladder.
Fearless.
Got the power of God and anime on my side. Oh, what a jump though! Yeah, see, again, when you watch somebody fight Charlotta specifically, you're going to see a lot of the neutral jumping at very specific ranges because you're looking to find them wanting to Charlotta ball, right? So then that's where this comes into play. You're just going to hit 4 and then 6 and then 4 and 6 and then try to, you know, make them think that you're going to Charlotta ball.
Definitely. It's a kind of matchup interaction that's as old as time, right? How are we going to whip punish the block ball or the Honda headbutt, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's been around for way too long. Okay, one jump over. Gonna even up this life total with the Super Skybound.
Yeah.
Oh, man. More than even. Good lord.
Yeah, barely on the cusp of killing almost.
That was great placement of the fireball, though. Delaying it just long enough. But oh, excuse me, what?
I can't believe that was the reversal action from Jan there.
Me to do that. Yo, you cannot convince me that Jan intentionally did Honda Hands EX as the reversal.
It was nutty, especially when she has like a flash kick available. Everything was there, so I don't know, but he's on a different playing field than us mere mortals, apparently.
Hey, yo, that's why you're in the winner side grand finals, right?
Truth.
Oh. EX command grab. Not at the end of the round this time, but I mean, hardly used it so far. Golda. Oh, come around.
Oh man, we won't be finding out today. Oh.
Oh man, you might. I don't know. 2H. Okay, Skybound. There's a lot of scaling on this, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I don't know if this is gonna kill. Yeah, not quite.
Okay. That was probably the lowest damaging SB I've ever seen.
Yeah, it was quite underwhelming, all things considered.
But I totally understand. Oh, gets the run up throw. I bet Jan was probably specifically looking for like run up jump U, excuse me, because run up throw is not something that Bisou has gone to in the set too much. Oh, but the 2H, that's gonna get full corner carry. No, big drop.
Yeah, went for the double pinroll conversion, just wasn't quite able to get it, but still, you know, about 25% health. That was ridiculous.
Are you, what plane of existence?
That was absolutely ridiculous. Oh man, Bisou.
Oh goodness. Oh yeah, okay, he tried to stop the universal overhead, but it was 5H, right? So it's too slow. Universal overhead was already out for Jan. Wanted to get the throw, no dice, and that's going to allow Bisou to start the offense again. He does not have a lot of life to work with, but I can smell that mid-guard string SBA from Jan. I can smell it.
Yes. And I mean, especially with the context of how many rounds we've seen close out with Bisou going for the EX command throw.
Oh goodness. Oh, the pressure right now. That is maybe the most patient I've seen Bisou so far, but there's one neutral jump, no full conversion though.
Oh my god, trying to call out anything. All the jumps are coming out.
DP!
Oh, the DP is what does it for Bisou. Yeah, and I think like you mentioned something there that was like the most patient that we've seen Bisou play thus far. I think there was just like recognition on both ends there of like, okay, Bisou, this guy, he definitely closes out a lot with those EX options right at the end, especially from the command throw. So Bisou just kind of, you know, hanging around with Jan in the neutral game until they were able to find the hit they exactly needed. Things were getting a bit tense, but right then and there, EXDP was still the deal.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things that was starting to happen too was that Jan was very specifically going back to the jump back, jump light to be able to catch any sort of forward forward momentum from Bisou, and it was working out. And then you saw immediately after the first time it happened, Bisou had already adapted because he tried to run up and air grab.
Right? No, I noticed that as well. Oh, shit.
Okay. I was wondering which one was going to happen first. Was it going to be spot dodges or was it going to be the Holy Ladder? And it ended up being Holy Ladder into SBA.
Alright, Jan getting a roundup on the board. Needs to get a game up on the board if we want to fit this reset. Bisou is almost there.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely looking scary. Luckily, he doesn't have any rounds here yet for Jan. Oh, that's actually really unfortunate for Jan because that side swapped on the DP.
Yeah, although it whiffed and it didn't do all the damage, I'm sure Bisou is not complaining about that at all. I mean, or maybe he is. He threw him out of the corner.
And when you see somebody do that in fighting games, it's because they're trying to block while also input throw tech. So they just end up happening to get the throw, and because they're blocking, they're holding back.
Relatable. Okay.
Right now. Oh, that was an accident. That was an accident. There's no way. There's no way. Well, yeah, I mean, if you're blocking Holy Ladder, you know that you're gonna punish, right?
Yes.
Yeah, take no risks, right? That makes so much sense. Like, cause Holy Ladder's coming, and if he does it and you block it, that's what happens. It's easy. Reset point.
Yup, just like that. Bisou. Not only reset point, but like resetting with a 3-0 always feels good.
Yeah, it's really good for your morale, your mental state. But oh, again, there's that neutral jump. Not able to get a full conversion off of it, and I think Jan is going to try to relish in that and take it as far as he can. Fortunately, the Abari on wake up here.
Whew. Oh wow, I thought that was actually going to be a whip punish with the far 5H there. Just a little bit mistimed.
Oh wow, Universal Overhead actually working out pretty well. Going over the 2M. But there's the Abare, Super Skybound Art on deck, or excuse me, Skybound Art on deck. So one more chance at it. Now Bisou does have Super Skybound though, so a big counter hit could actually spell doom as well.
Yes, oh yeah, he is in chip territory now. You can tell, yeah, he had to be very active on the decision making, try to avoid anything there. But yeah, Jan recognizing the situation as well. Just get that EX flash kick out there, get their first game on the board.
Yeah, delayed throw tech is such a big deal because that actually bypassed chip guts because it wasn't chip related. It was just the delayed throw tech damage, right? So that Holy Ladder actually got to kill, where under normal circumstances, that would have probably initiated chip guts. And then, like, Jan might have died for it.
Right.
Oh, frame trap? Okay. Yeah, I love the Charlotta ball there because that got him out of the corner, and now he's got the Holy Ladder to be able to push him in. But again, the Abare decisions from Bisou have been working out so well. Actually, okay, you know, the both players have been just pressing buttons when they need to.
Yeah, it's been impressive stuff, the back and forth between these two. Man.
He just punched her in the face out the air. Oh no.
Woo, the patience. He's going to take that throw no matter what until just then. It could be the commentator's curse kicking in. Frame traps Bisou. Again, in this position for reset point. Last time, Jan was able to overcome.
And remember, there hasn't been a man grab in a while. Just throwing that out there.
Oh, man. See, if I was fighting right now, it would be hitting me because I completely forgot it. Completely forgot about it.
I've been thinking about it. It's actually all I've been thinking about. Be able to get the 5L extension. Oh, good. Yeah, okay. He keeps it nice and safe because he knows that Bisou's been Abaring a lot, right? So he didn't even try to go for the frame trap there.
Bisou. Oh, that neutral jump was almost deadly. Luckily going right under him.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know anybody who would immediately jump there either, so I can't blame Bisou for not being ready. Jan's probably real smart for having to done that, but the crossover is actually going to get no full conversion though, so Jan still has a chance to prevent the reset. Got to pick and choose his battles real well right now, and that's going to be the hardest part. The jump forward, Super Sky Bound.
Wow, that was a he hit a button,
which means more damage.
Huge here for Jen in order to try to prevent this week, but no, the reaction. He went for universal overhead, and Bisou was beyond ready for that. We've seen so many EXDPs come into play for this matchup in its entirety, so in a situation like that, yeah, you bet I will be ready for universal overhead as well. Bisou.
I almost had a heart attack, dude. Oh, God. Okay, all right. Let me compose myself. God damn. Okay, all right. I mean, okay, look. Universal overhead is so, like, obvious that a lot of the time at the end of those types of games, it wraps around to being a hard-to-block mix-up, especially online.
Yeah.
So, like legitimately, it really does. It wraps back around to being a hard-to-block mix-up in that sort of situation because it's far too obvious a lot of the time. It's just that, I mean, Bisou just has the reactions on deck, honestly.
Definitely solid stuff there from Bisou. Rewarded with a reset for those reactions.
Ball, gonna get the EX knockdown too. Was looking, okay, I like that. You slow down your approach because it makes it look like you're trying to expect a DP, right? And then the opponent starts to do nothing because they're like, okay, that's what they're looking for. I can't take the bait.
Ooh. Empty jump low. Yeah, man, Bisou has been mixing up the options so well. Like really, this is just like the perfect character for Bisou to play, right? It's just given the way that we see him approach matchups as a whole, he cycles through everything. That was a cursed switch anti-air. Jeez.
I'm sorry, this is too much for my heart. Okay, there's another jump over. And this time it wasn't even versus the ball. It was just like, it's just caught him. No 2H on that one though. That's real good for Jan's. Gonna get another opportunity at this. Demon flip mix up. He went for universal overhead expecting the throw.
Gosh, how many EXDPs has he landed in the set?
I don't know, actually. It's been a pretty high rate. Like, now that I think about it, you're right. You're totally right. There's been a high rate of that. Okay, throw.
Just a throw?
Just low, super sky bone.
Jan. Yeah, that was always the big implication in terms of that corner pressure, or like, if he's going to be able to cash out the SBA, because it's always a question of how many throws are they going to be willing to take. How can I mix things up to, you know, encourage them to want to throw tech or get hit by a low, and he was able to find exactly what they need to get that big burst of damage.
Yeah, so I mean, one apiece in rounds for the first game of the reset too. It's I don't know if Jan just needs a little bit of warm up with the Charlotta, but I feel like we're going the distance with the set at this point.
It feels like it.
Again.
Okay. It's like to me now.
He's just, crossover back into the corner. I guess maybe Bisou thought he could jump out because he just got hit wrong.
Could be. That was definitely a huge like switch up in terms of options that we've seen on Uki thus far. We have not seen that between these two.
Universal overhead gets reacted to.
Ready.
Yeah, he's trying to bait that throw. Oh, and then finally empty jump low again. Skybound. Okay, one more opportunity here. Block a ball. Wait, is that chip? Okay, well, I guess it's not gonna matter.
Right.
I couldn't tell if it was chip guts or if it was chip's range.
I was unsure as well. It was a bit hard to tell. I wish there was like the indicator was a bit better for that, honestly.
Well, it's only at 1 HP, right? So even if there was like a line there, it would be a line at the end of the health bar.
True.
So I guess it wouldn't really be too easy to tell at that point either, right? I don't know. Maybe, I'm sure they could figure out something better than I can, because they understand, you know, graphic design is not my passion.
Right.
Graphic design is not my passion. What?
Absolutely insane off of the counter poke kick from ready for that. Like, I gotta say that is a definitely like big separator from a great Belial counter poke and an okay Belial counter poke. To go for that in that situation in the first place, but not only that, to have the recognition to get the full hit confirm for SSBA? Are you kidding me?
It wasn't even just like the far M to catch the Charlotta Bowl into SBA, but it was also right after. Again, I have never seen someone so prepared for something, so like knowledgeable about what an opponent could do and how to counter it and when they're going to counter it. Like, the reads are just insane right now for Bisou. Nutty stuff.
Ooh! Yo, that 5H, the good old 5H coming in clutch here for Bisou. Has the SBA available. 80 hit confirm is deadly, and we've seen it before. 2N, 2L. Yup, 2 hits is all I need to hit confirm. I mean, 1 hit is all he needs to hit confirm, as you showed previously. Bisou's just on a whole nother level.
I honestly can't believe some of the stuff that Bisou pulls out at certain times. Honestly. Okay, 2L confirmed. Not huge damage, but the knockdown pressure is insane. Like, okay, I feel like this is one thing that a lot of people don't really mention, because at this point it's become the norm, right? People are so used to it, they don't talk about it anymore. But the fact that Asmodeus is so plus off a knockdown is insane. And I'm not talking about an EX version, I'm talking about the regular. Like, right. He runs up from basically half screen.
Yes, huge reward for being able to land. What? I guess he went out of the corner barely, and that ended up crossing up. Thank God for the block button.
Yeah, the guard button is a godsend sometimes, especially versus some characters, right? Oh, got the counter hit. I don't know if you can, even off counter hit wall bounce, I'm not entirely sure if you have enough time to get the close L.
Yeah, definitely. I like
if you do have time. If you do have time, Jam just wasn't ready. But guess it's not gonna matter.
Oh man, seems so. These matchups are chaotic. They are really, you called it from the beginning on the reset, right? They're absolutely going to distance here in terms of their adaptations back and forth.
Okay, safe jump. Oh yeah, he's trying to catch forward momentum from Bisu right now. He's giving him a little bit of his taste of his own medicine on the neutral jumps.
Right.
Working out pretty well actually. That can rip me to shreds.
Anger alert.
I've been listening to this song for years. So when they finally put it in this game, I was like, let's go.
Oh, I'm sure that you were super hyped.
Oh, what I confirmed! That was
Oh!
and that got jammed the game!
Insane stuff to be ready for that. I mean, like, that low wall bounce, that's how you know that was, like, definitely the max range to be able to get it, and then just, oh, Jet.
Pulling out all the stops. I mean, we've seen what Bisu puts out, and Jan does not want to allow any of that to continue happening. But throw after throw. Okay, try to fake the shimmy, but again, Jan's patience has been incredibly impressive. And it's been one of the reasons why he's been able to hang so well, actually, is because getting frame traps has not been happening nearly as much in the reset. It's been happening still, but because it hasn't been happening nearly as much, it's like, it's kind of like healing him in a way, because before it was hurting him so much that I counted as healing now because he's no longer taking that damage.
Oh man, the shimmy game from Bisu has been so threatening. That's fine, but Jan just finding a way to run up throw, get out of there, but oh, no! Rare drop on a confirm there from Bisu.
He didn't have Asmodeus available, so he went to Fireball. If he had Asmodeus available, he could have killed, but he didn't.
I
So
see.
he tried to go for the next best thing, and I mean, obviously it didn't hit. It's too far away to connect, but Fireball is gonna hit the Demon Flip. The potato jump.
Patience. Name of the game for Jan. Oh boy, but yeah, right there. As soon as I said it, go for that flash kick, no dice.
Unfortunately, Holy Ladder, not enough there. And Belial actually has one of the best buttons for being able to punish regardless of spacing, because close M is your optimal punish for that anyway. And so if you're too far away, far M is actually still fast enough to make it happen.
Privilege.
Oh, too well. Oh, that was skybound. That was skybound. That was skybound.
Yeah.
Jump low. That's been paying off a lot for Jan at this point. I feel like you just gotta believe in all your empty jump lows at this point.
Basically, and I mean, the case in point of that paying off so much, he was able to get it 2 times in a row. This time, believing in that second hit and rewarded with a round. I may be wrong, but I feel like they've just been trading rounds back and forth, almost 1-1.
Man. God, this is just super scary. Like anything that happens, I feel like I'm just not ready for.
Yes.
Oh, run up on the 5H right there, gets the full conversion too, about a 30-year life bar. Or I guess a 4th. Oh, okay. Listen, the stop sign 2M. Full conversion off of the jump U as well, despite it being airborne plus frames. But the Abari out from Jan does not care about anything going on.
Oh boy. Yeah, just get out of the corner, cross up. Challenging with everything, throw everything that you possibly had. What? Oh my! The neutral jump.
Can't handle this, man.
Getting so tense. Is this 2-2?
I think it's 2-2.
Oh my god! Tournament point either way.
If it's not 2-2, it's 2-1. But okay, full conversion off this again. As medium Asmodeus too. That's the best part.
Yeah, and although we've seen Jan be in this corner so much, the E has been able to get out of it seemingly like every time that he's put there. He just finds a way.
His ability to fight back has been pretty strong, actually, and I do want to lend that to his patience, because, like, look, he's just kind of chilling, and then finally, you're not ready for the blockable.
Perfectly executed, going right underneath and just turn a bad situation into a good one. Oh, but now, yeah, he has that EX available. Best believe I will be getting that confirmed. Side swaps all day.
He was expecting the Abare SBA, I think, because it's like, oh, big drop. Jan is going to love that, because he gets a full 5H into SSBA. Huge damage on that.
Yeah, no complaints on that drop if you are Jan, because it is just a round on the board. Tournament point for them. Needs to see if he can really end things out here to force them to a last round for the tournament situation. Oh, Jan, looking to seal it here. Corner positioning immediately. Safe
Oh.
jump. Then block the follow-up.
I think he wanted the best possible punish, which is normally what like you get Belial back on the way down, and maybe he missed it.
Unfortunate stuff. Not only did it hit, it really changed like everything. You know, he had corner positioning. Now he finds himself in the corner, risking it all off of that flash kick. And man, Bisu really changed the tides altogether from that one interaction alone.
He finds himself in the corner with like 200 health left, getting hit by the 5H. It hit! The EX command grab will not connect! Holy Ladder comes out. Oh, but the 2L! Abare, final round, final game.
So insane how that happened. The EX command throw hadn't been done in so long. I remember maybe like 5 games ago, you mentioned it as like, remember he has this option? And like, for it to come out, but it just ended up being the 5H landed on hit and didn't allow for it to work is insanity.
Well, but okay, so but that is the exact way, the exact flow chart that's Bisu has specifically been going to every EX command grab. It was the last possible chance, right, for that to be able to kill, and then he went for it. That is how he has done every EX command grab so far. Well, okay, there was one he didn't do that was like last chance kill sort of deal, but
truth. Oh boy, Jan finds the corner positioning first, backing away.
I feel like he smells blood. Like he just recognizes that like Bisu is probably a little desperate right now.
Whew. Came off though, Bisu. Man, patience between these two. Yep. Yeah, you called it.
That's exactly how Jan has been using every single blockable. He has been like waiting just long enough to see a neutral jump, and then he blockables out of the corner. Now it's afforded him this. The Skybound is here. He's got corner pressure. Jump comes out. Tried to go for the frame trap. Throw comes out. Not a lot of life here for Bisu. One final chance could be all it is, as he is getting ready to be in chip territory. The 5L to catch the forward movement, and Jan catches him.
What a way to seal it out! The 5L counterpoke of all times to do it right there, and Jan just masterful play with this Charlotta, working out, tried to on-rate at first, but just put all the faith in Charlotta, and I think that was well-placed faith altogether. A fantastic grand finals all around, going the complete distance between these two very, very high levels of play here at Granblue and Chill number 2, but Jan will emerge victorious. Oh man, that was a gauntlet of a grand finals, man.
I'm big happy with that grand finals in like every way, shape, and form. That showed so many different like super strong aspects about high level Granblue that I'm just big happy about.
Yes, the layers of play, lots of adaptation, back and forth. Super hype grand finals, but the round at the top of the year as far as who's going to be making out like a bandit with the money here. Of course, Cello in that third place positioning with very strong material play, all things considered. Bisu, you know, tried to rise to the occasion to get that reset and make everything happen, but was not able to do it. Going to be getting a nice second place, and Jan will be making out with the entirety of the Matcherino pot, getting that first place positioning. You may have a little bit of time if you haven't used the code yet, right? Granblue and Chill 2 for the free 50-cent donation. Link is in the chat right there, and you can do a direct donation too if you'd like. Of course, a thank you to Neo Celeste Gaming for hooking us up with the $100 pot bonus. And yeah, this has been a fantastic second edition of this Granblue and Chill tournament. We saw some amazing sets on stream.
Yeah, I couldn't say it any better myself. Yeah, so just like Kraken Icon said, you know, check out that Matcherino. It's your last chance to get in those free codes right now. Get in with the whatchamacallit, the manga as well.
Oh, yeah.
If you really want some of those manga. Yeah, so I mean, that was grand finals. I want to thank everybody for joining us. On top of that, now you got, I believe we're rating Ronin Rumble coming up after this. So, you know, if you guys love Granblue, there's still more to come.
Yeah, the Granblue action doesn't stop. Multiple Granblue tournaments today, as you said so, and yeah, I'm interested to see what's going on at Ronin Rumble. But thank you guys for being here at Guzman Gaming 1. Links are in the chat. Follow him and subscribe to him on all of his socials, and we will see you next week for more anime action here. Thank you, Guzman. Thank you, Bonic Plague. It was a pleasure commentating.
Yeah, dude, it was super easy commentating. You're super good. You're like godlike. You're amazing.
Appreciate it. Likewise. Well, yeah, I hope you guys enjoy Ronin Rumble, and you guys take it easy. See you next time.
Bye-bye.